Good evening. I've even posted a lot. I've got it on my thing. Oh, the room's filling. This is going to be a good one tonight, boys. It's got loads to talk about. And this game, I've not waited. I bet you any money, just get this. I've paid for this an hour ago. People are losing the shit about this game. They also made two of my favourite games ever on the PlayStation. No, I've not. I should play it privately. But this game, guys, people are losing their shit. Everybody. $24.99 digitally. Bargain. Now get this. It's made by the people who made Enslaved. Now, if you've never played Enslaved, firstly, you want shooting. It's one of the best games ever made in history. The reason people are losing the shit about this, I have seen everywhere, and I have never seen so many people say this about the same game. They're saying that this is the best looking graphically game to appear on any console. Period. They're saying it is stunning. Now, I'm hoping you're going to pick it up on the stream. Obviously, you're probably not going to get the 4K and shit, but honestly, wow. Can't wait to see it. I've not played it. This is it. I've just come off, and I'll wait till there's a few more in the room to chat while I'm playing. I have just had Sky TV ring me. Go away, Benji. That's if it ever comes out. It's not coming out, mate. They've cancelled it. I've heard rumours. They've cancelled it. And yeah. Oh yeah, I could have thrown that one in there, by the way. That's even if it comes out for that, which it ain't. So you play your cartoony Crackdown. Yeah, I've had actually Sky TV phone me. But I'll wait till the room fills up before I go into it, because it's a good one. The reason they phoned me, I have actually got in my possession the email of the CEO of Sky. I've had it for years. I've had it for like over 10 years. I can't even remember where I originally got it from. It's something I don't give out, by the way, either, so don't ask me for it, anybody. And after the debacle last week and all that bullshit, I wrote him a long... I actually wrote him I wrote him an open letter, as they call them, and I basically said in this thing, and I wrote to him and I said, look, this is an open letter from a 20-year plus customer. And I wrote him a right fucking essay just expressing my disappointment, the way the whole Sky business structure is, just a polite letter, just to air my frustrations. They've just phoned me. And I'll tell you now, it was 48 minutes on the phone. One, they've made me an offer to extend my Sky deal, but I'll come to that later. Two, I've not accepted it yet. Three, no mention of Sky Q in a fashion, but I'll discuss that later. I hope we do get one or two in the room, though. One for the game. Oh, mate, and I'll save you thinking. Not a good offer. I'm telling you now. In fact, when I tell you this phone, well, I was nearly laughing halfway through. But I'll wait till the room fills up a bit, because we all know it takes a while in Switch. By the way, to keep you updated, and I'll announce this when there's more in, the subs for the Twitch. If I tell you, I always check now before I start. I don't know why, because it's the only way I can check. Yeah, and I will say this, at the end of the phone call, the number, because I asked him for a proper phone number, because I've now got a call on the 13th, it is, the actual day the last contract ends. And I did quote BT, and the prices they charging and all shit like that. But I can tell you now, before you get any inkling of what it is, they haven't, the offer they've made me is not the same I've got now. Yeah, Twitch subs, I've checked it. I check it every night. It's the only way I get notifications, as I've said. So what I make a purpose of doing now, I'm having the chat open just see if I can get any, new sub flying up. Evening Prudy, before you type, by the way. I can see you there in the background. So the Twitch subs are checked. If I tell you now, how long has it been? A week? The amount of money I got for YouTube the amount of money I got for YouTube 4.5 years later, I'm already at half that number in a week. Kind of says a lot. By the way, I don't know what to call your name at, the.com or whatever, so I'll stick with that one. You've just mentioned this picture. I've just said at the top of the stream, I've bought this. I can't wait for the review any longer. Folk are going mad about it. It's being said on many places this is the best looking video game on any console, period. I'm hearing mad things about it. I had to buy it, especially when it was only $24.99 on the digital store. I bought it an hour ago. I've not touched it. I'm waiting for the room to fill up. I'm looking forward to it because apparently it's amazing. I don't know if I'll bother with Twitch. I know. Mate, I'm praising you enough. Don't worry. Look, I've said when I make hundreds of thousands, you'll be the first person I invite to my mansion's barbecue. And ZX Spectrum's in the room. EHP. There you go. Okay, Mark. I'm bad with names. I'm good with certain memories, so if I do remember as you, Mark, apologies if I don't, mate. Mate, it is working, and I'm nearly at the money that, you know, and this is the... I said this many times last night in the stream. If it pays for the show to continue, so I'm not out of pocket, that's fine, and we're already at that. You know, so... The chat's quicker, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Hopefully, the guy that's doing the graphic for the subscription button, I think that should be done. I've had quite a few people contact me and say, you ought to update all your info on Twitch. I'm coming to that, guys. Don't worry, I'm coming to it. I'm just waiting for that graphic to arrive when he's done it. When he does, I can then jump into the system, have a look what I can put on or whatever. I've said at the start, I don't want all the bells and whistles and flying pictures and dogs and cats and bullshit. I'm always down to earth. I'm too fucking old for that shit. But, yeah, the subs, just to announce, because the room's filling up. I check my subs every time I come on here, guys, and I've just said that I'm already at half the amount that it took YouTube 4 years to get to. So it's kind of self-explanatory. So like I said, we're nearly at the point where it's about even on the monthly costs that I fork out for doing the show for you guys. So if that's what it is, it is. It's great. So I think I've got more. Because I'll tell you now, Benji, before you... It's not exactly half, by the way. It's not exactly half. I've always thought you should be making enough money from... You should provide you with the good goods. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, 10 years I've been doing it, I know. It's not as if I'm not like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not half, mate. So before people jump in and say, oh, you get half... No, it's not half. It's less than half. There's, I think, a cut for Twitch, and then they bang the taxes on top. So, yeah, it's not exactly half. But it's good news, guys. I mean, I'm already at half the YouTube amount in, what, a week. I just hope it'd be nice to see it grow. Do you know what I mean? So... Benji, that doesn't surprise me, mate. Let's be fair. It doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise you? Because it sure as shit don't surprise me. It's you scratch our backs, we scratch here. And we know it's a business. Obviously, if one of the YouTubers come... sorry, I better not say that word. It's banned, innit? If the Twitchers that are getting 10,000 viewers a night... Imagine if a tenth of them subscribe. That means Twitch is getting like over $1,000 just for that channel, for literally not doing fuck all, basically. Yes, I know they're hosting the stuff, but don't let Twitch con you that they're not making money, guys, because don't forget, behind all this, and how many Twitch streamers is there on any given time? Let's not forget, the only winner in all this, Twitch is getting a payment off every last single one of them. Somebody somewhere high up is sat on a beach, feet up, drinking margaritas, laughing his ass off, and I don't begrudge it him 1 minute. But I tell you what, I think it's good. And by the way, I want to say this, and I can't track it down who it is, and I don't want to know, but there's actually been a subscriber that's paid proper subscription. because it keeps track of all of them. So 99% of the people that subscribed have used their link to Amazon Prime. So don't forget Amazon Prime, you get it for free. So one person's actually paid for a proper subscription. There you go, Benji. A UK streamer has currently got 3,593. So imagine if that was my room, and imagine if half of them had a subscription put in. I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. But there's also a thing, and I've had messages about this, and I get this a lot. I've had more messages that say people like my stream because I interact with you guys. I talk to you every night. I never sit and blankly and stare at a screen, except when I'm concentrating for an hour, for about 10 minutes. Well, I can probably check, but I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I'm hanging out in the background, but looking forward to watching the stream. Thank you, Lady Manon. Thank you very much. No problem. I can't wait to play this, actually. I'm going to wait, because I think we might get one or two in. But going back to what I said, I've always been about interacting with you guys, so it kind of... It's like another thing, and I've had loads of messages saying, I really enjoyed your stream, you're really honest, you answered all my questions, and I really like that, thank you very much. And I've had loads of them. I'm just one of you guys. I'm just a normal guy that you'd probably like a drink down the pub. But I go to say, if I had 3,000 people in this room, would it be the same? I'd still try and chat my head off, as I always do, because I can never stop. But would it be the same with that amount of people in? So it's kind of a catch-22, isn't it? It'd be nice to get that many people in the room, get popular, get more subs. You've just purchased this, so I'll drop out when you start playing. No problem. No problem at all. Go on, Benji. What? I have a Destiny question. Was the single player in vanilla Destiny very short? No, it wasn't, actually. It was 20 plus hours I think I got in. In fact, no, tell a lie. Don't quote me on this. I think it was a decent crack. I think it might have been a... I've got a number in my head of around 40-something hours. I'm not... But I used to do a lot of... You know, I don't know if you're at that moment in Destiny single yet. Don't touch the DLC yet. Have you... Are you near the end of the story, do you think? Because I'm pretty certain in my head it was around 40 hours. But I will tell you, do you know the way the structure of the game, and this is going back some years and I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. Do you know when you carry on the story and you flit from planet to planet and you do your quests and you carry on and you start the game, do that and do that and do that, right? Now what I'm saying is, you know the Russian planet that you could keep going back to and rinse and repeating, and you sometimes did that to try and get drops or whatever. Can you remember that level? It's the one where you go round getting the icons. I don't even know if it's still there, it's been that long. Where you drop on Russia, and it's not like go and kill Boss B or whatever. It's go to them flashing beacons, and it starts a mini quest, then you do that, then another one starts. You know that planet? That was like rinse and repeat. I spent a lot of time in there. I don't know why, I just found it... I wanted to do it just to get used to the game. You see, I've got that full version on the Xbox. Whether I get round to it now, yeah, that's it. So what my game time would have been spent on patrols early on, because it was new. I was trying to get used to the game. I was enjoying it. Then when I decided to push on and finish the story, I'm pretty sure my time was around 40 hours, but probably 10, 15 of that was just wasted time. Alright, I couldn't remember them being on all the planets. I just remembered it being on that Russian planet. Like, I've got level 3 and 4 in my head, and that's remembering from old memory. Think you two should stream some of the playthrough. Can't, Prudy, because it's on the stupid shitbox. I mean, Xbox. And you know what streaming they've done to it on there. By the way, we haven't mentioned, and I must write this down and fucking remember this. Big news that, like, it's been skating around. Yesterday, Microsoft announced a brand new operating system for the new console. Have you seen it? It's been offered to the insiders and shit. It's all vertical. It's all this side, this way now. The thing is, Prudy, I can Twitch from there, and I suppose that, but what it would mean, I can't, you know, when, I've said this before, let's say I jumped on Xbox now, I started a game, okay? So I started it on Xbox. And I clicked the Twitch, I started the broadcast, and very similar to this, I've got the screen and I've got the, what's it called, the pop-up shit they used to have. So the icon's in the pop-up, because you've started the broadcast on your controller, Now, what it says on the screen, it says double tap the X button to flick to the main screen. You can't do that anymore, because the operating system's been updated, and as soon as you touch the X button, it opens that shortcut fucking stupid memory thing. So it's like, now what I could do, I could go on Twitch stream probably and shut that sidebar down and watch the chat on my iPad, but it probably would mean, if I'm doing it with Benji as well, to show, would probably be very little chat on the stream. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Benji, I find that I can't believe they've gone that way and fucked it, because Twitch was good, and if I was Xbox, honestly, and they're not going to do it because they've got their arse on Mixer and it's all their own bullshit, but they deserve to keep that going, because, and it's not going to happen, or even change just the fucking, that is a killer. That is a killer, honestly. It just fucking, and let me tell you, I tried Mixer, I said it on the show, tried Mixer, and sorry, but trying to connect 13 times to the fucking channel to stay and broadcast ain't my idea of fun, and it sure as shit ain't your idea of fun, because don't forget, every time you try and connect, you guys are getting a notification, and I know for a fucking fact I wouldn't like 13 notifications popping up from the same person. I have Spotify, mate. Welcome to the fucking party. We've had Spotify on PlayStation for quite some time. I nearly tweeted Aaron Greenberg. Was it Aaron Greenberg that made the announcement? The big bollocks announcement. Oh, we've finally got Spotify on the Xbox, and I so really wanted to type welcome to the 21st fucking century, but I thought no, leave it. So quickly then, before we get into this game, the room's filling up. I've had, I don't know, Prudy, and Twitch do have a thing, as we know now. I'm not allowed to live stream on YouTube anymore. It's kinda, we've got you by the bollocks, but there is revenue, I'm getting things, so whatever. Anywho, quick one. Right before the stream, I had an actual personal phone call from Sky TV. Anybody that listens to the show, they know the bullshit that I've been having. I said at the start when there was a few in the room, so I'll quickly reiterate. I've got the email address of the CEO of Sky. I've had it for over 10 years. When I have a problem, and it's got to be a big problem, I send it to him. I'm not giving that address out, so please don't ask for it, because I got it off a friend, and it's something I wouldn't want to spread about. So long story short, I wrote him an open letter, titled, I think, 20-year customer, open letter from a 20-year customer as why I could be finally leaving Sky. And I did write, and it was no bullshit, there was no swearing, no anger, it was a proper open letter just to air my grievances, to say, look, and I told him what I thought, and at the very end I said, look, I'm going to make this call on the 13th, but for the first time ever, I will be looking at other things, okay? So this phone call, and I'll try and cut it short, I knew what it was as soon as it popped up on my phone, because I've got True Caller and it identifies everybody. And it came up, and it said Sky TV, so I instantly knew what it was, because why the fuck would they be ringing? So I got it, sat down, right here, feet up, just made a coffee and all, I thought, banging. Nice Scottish fella. Told me who he was, told me why he was calling, but I knew why he was calling. So then we get into the nitty fucking gritty, right? And I basically told him the bottom line. After the 13th, my bill increases 30 quid. Ridiculous. Can't afford it, not paying it. You guys know the story. So, and this is where it got weird on the call. So I basically told him what I would be prepared to do. Offer me the same deal. Or, and I know there'll be an increase because of inflation. It's been a year, and I get that. I'm not a fucking idiot. And he instantly told me that we cannot offer what we offered you last year, which I get. I'm not stupid. But I then reiterated to him, you make me an offer that doesn't make me piss about changing, that I'm happy with, I'll stay. But I'm also interested in Sky Q. So you know the Sky Q, oh no, get ready. There's no Sky Q, you're going to piss at this. I mentioned that if, and this is my criteria. If you offer me round about what I'm paying now with a small increase, and he did offer me, and I'll come to the price in a minute. I'm going to mention my prices, I don't mind it doesn't bother me. I then said to him, but the thing about saying staying with you, I'm really interested in Sky Q now. Yes, you've lost a lot of sports, but I'm prepared to stay for the 4K. You're getting a lot more content. I can see it moving forward. Do you know what he offered me there and then? And this is the... I just want you to get this. Early in the call, when I explained it, he come to me and said these words: I'm not allowed to offer you any offers because I'm not the offer department. I'm just the person that deals with complaints, and I'm just here to air your grievances and see what... And I thought to myself, well, what's the point of the call? And I'm coming to that. So I then said I'm prepared to stay with a reasonable slight increase. Not bothered. I do get inflation and shit. I says, but I also am interested in the CGUK box. So on top of what you offer me, if I think it's reasonable, I'm willing to bite that extra bullet because I know I want the service. He then says, don't forget, and I want you to keep this statement in your head, don't forget he said to me on more than one occasion, I can't offer you anything, okay? Keep that in your mind. So after I've explained what I want, what I'm prepared to stay with, he then says, oh, in front of me, the only CGUK offer I've got is at £199. Now, it's the first time I've heard that kind of figure. However, and again, this just shows how fucked up Sky are, because I don't know if you guys have heard this offer, because I certainly fucking haven't. If I bought that box for that money, there would be no subscription charges on top. So I just want to say that. That's the only thing he'd got in front of him. And I laughed. I says, well, that's just ridiculous. But then he said about the no subscription thing. So it's clearly what happens is you pay a lower amount, they bang it on your subs. You pay a higher amount, you keep the box, you don't pay any extra. So I get that. So keep that statement in mind. I can't offer you anything. So then when we're carrying on down the line, and we're a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the call now, and we're getting nowhere. And I said, I can't actually see the point of this call now, because are you saying you can't offer me anything? Well, I'm not in a position. However, I can tell you what I could get you for the prices when it runs out. And I sat there and thought, but you've just told me you can't offer me anything. And he actually quoted me the best deal he can get me when my offer runs out. And he quoted me the package I've got. He quoted me the line rental. He quoted me the fucking broadband. And I'm sat here all the time thinking, but you've just said you can't offer me anything. So he offered me £87. I currently pay £83. So not bad. Let's be honest, not bad. It's a £4 increase. Would be prepared to that. So that's where we're at the minute. That was the end of the call. But I actually said to him then, you're offering me that, and I'm not going to take it right now because you're telling me that, and this is the funny bit again, how Sky have fucked up. They said to me, when you call, when your package runs out on Sunday, the people on the other end may have better offers. And I'm like, so why can't you offer me them now? And I says, well, I don't see the point of this call then at all. Because in one breath you're telling me you can't offer me anything. In the next breath you've told me you've just offered me £87 and I could have signed that there and then. So that, by the way, goes against everything they've been telling you. One, that he can't do it. Two, he's only the executive department and has no control. So he's just bullshitted his way through this call to tell me at the end, I can do it if you want to take that offer now. And I nearly said, because I thought to myself, I've never heard such bullshit in my life. That at the start of this call and for the first 10 minutes, you told me you can't do anything. But we're now at the end of the call and you're telling me you can offer me that offer to sign right now. Which, by the way, is 4 days before they've told me I can't change any packages. So again, without bullshit. So I'm like thinking, I said, look, I'll tell you what, I'll stop. What I'm saying is, I'm not taking that deal now, but I want you to put that on my thing for when I phone Sunday. You know what he said? You'll fucking laugh at this. I can put it on your account for when you phone Sunday. However, that offer might not be open when you ring on Sunday. And I actually laughed. And I said, okay. I said, but can you put it on my account anyway, just to know? So what they're dealing with. I says, because what I am going to do, if that's the offer you're going to get me, which is reasonable, I'm then going to ask the person on Sunday Because the phone number he's given me is the cancellations department, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you that. Because I have said to him that, and I told him that BT, I can get the same package, same internet, same fucking channels for £54 a month. Just put that into context. That's £30 less I'm paying now. But they've got no 4K content. As it looks like Sky are stepping forward with the 4K content. That's clear. We know that. That's why I think they've got a bit of a tiny hold on people like me who are interested in it. The service is brilliant. Look, let's not beat about the bush. I've had Sky Internet, and let me tell you now, I've got a really big feeling about Sunday, and I'm going to tell you this. And this is the bottom line, so expect it. I think I'll phone before the show to make sure I can talk about it. So what I'm saying is, I think my situation that's in my own mind now, honest to God, down to earth truth, that deal, that 87, I'm happy with that, because as I've said before, it's just convenient. The internet cannot be beat. I've been cut off my internet 5 times in over 20 years. It's the most solid, fast internet, period. Can't be beat, and I'll argue with anybody in the country, anywhere. I think the cancellations department might be able to give me a deal, because what my criteria is going to be, I'll tell you what I'm going to say. I've got a reference number, right? I'm going to ring the call. I'm going to tell him the start. I'm here to sort my new deal out. It's run out. Here's a reference number so you've got notes. So they're going to put it up. I'm going to say to them this. You can clearly see I've been offered the £87 deal. I'm happy with that, but can you just tell me right now, can you get that down any lower? See what they say to that. But then I'll say at the end, because I'm interested in Sky Q and I want to see what we can do with that after. So my criteria is to get the best deal with Sky Q. If it's too high, I will say to cancellations, okay? Right now, because I'm going to say, stop all the channels, I'll just have the internet. And see if that does anything. Because I can honestly see me on Sunday night ditching the lot and only having internet. And see how that goes. I am happy with the service, Benji, because they do deliver what I want. I'm not saying they're the best priced. Do you get Showbox on your Fire Stick? I've seen Showbox on Fire Stick, mate. I've never played with it. I've actually watched a movie today that I'm not going to talk about on the stream, but anyway. Shall we crack on with this game and stop the Sky talk? But it's all interesting. I just found that phone call. I mean, I am going to try and deal with it before the show on Sunday, because I think I don't want to try and rattle about it on Sunday a lot, because I think some people do find it boring. It is interesting. It's a chat. It's fun. It's my life, how it goes. But it's crazy. That phone call, when it rang, it was a weird thing. I knew it was. I knew why they were ringing, because I'd complained to the highest fucking person in Sky. I've got to admit, if I'm being honest, I was expecting a bit of a better outcome to that phone call, because when it rang and I saw it was, I actually sat here and smiled to myself, saying, this is where we get a good deal, because I knew what it was about. So if I'm being honest, the end of that call was a little disappointing. I've got to admit. But we'll see what cancellation says on Sunday. I'll ring Sunday lunchtime and let's see where I end up. Anyway, shall we get on with this game that everybody's talking about? Quick reminder then, guys, Hellblade $24.99 on the digital store at the minute. I've not played it, not touched it. I'm on the first screen like you guys. It's been touted as the best looking video game on any console to date. I will check it. I'll check it out, Mark. I'll check it out later. Anywho, shall we get going? I have no idea what kind of game style this is, by the way. Not a clue, because I've not watched any actual gameplay. I bet you Sod's Law, yeah? I bet you, because I bought this tonight, I bet I get a review copy tomorrow morning. You watch. Shall we go? This is supposed to be the best looking video game ever. Made by the people that did Enslaved and Heavenly Sword, which I have to say, Heavenly Sword was way ahead of its time when it came out, and the other one's just one of the best games ever to play. Most underrated games ever to come out, I think. And a game you must play. Aren't you staying for at least 5 minutes, Mark, just to see? I don't think it's going to give a lot away. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, mate. And thanks for your subscription as well.
Hello.
I can't hear this. People often ask me, I've lowered the volume on this, I might actually say. People often ask me what I think is the best looking game on the Pro at the minute. I think it's a toss-up between Uncharted, Tomb Raider and Horizon. But this apparently is the bollocks. Rain finally stopped, mate. We've had a month's rain in a day apparently yesterday. I told you it rained a lot yesterday. We had a month's rain yesterday. It rained like you've never fucking seen yesterday. From 9 in the morning till night time. A month's rain in one day. My brother's Facebook today. Do you know where he is right now? Benny King's Jazz Bar in Memphis, Tennessee. The lucky bastard. They're going to Graceland tomorrow.
There'll be no more stories after this one.
We had a month's rain, mate. A month in one fucking day. And that is a lot of rain. I've never seen rain that hard and constant for that length of time. You know, normally when you get a downpour shower in a storm and you think, fuck, that's how black... It rained like that. Oh shit, that's my iPad broke on the floor. It rained like that all day.
I never told you of the others.
Anyway, should we watch a bit of this game? I can't fucking hear it now. Oh, it shut my fucking page off. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys. I kind of touched on it really lightly in the stream last night. I had a free ACCA bet on Paddy Power. I don't know how that appeared. It must be when I first joined months ago. So I went on yesterday morning. I'd got 30 quid free bets yesterday. So I stuck a few on yesterday. When I finished this stream last night, went on, clicked, Paddy Power was still open, so it automatically opened and refreshed, yeah? 127 quid. 127 quid in the old account flashing at the top. And I like went, oh. And Derby County's match was in that ACCA, and that got abandoned after 15 minutes because of the rain. If that would have carried on and Derby would have won, it would have made me 160 quid. I've also got running tonight with the last free bet. Anyway, yeah, what a bonus. Completely fucking from nowhere. So the new football season starts off really well. I'm already winning. This does look nice, by the way. Supposed to be very weird Viking-y shit, by the way, if you want to know. And also in the menus it said I've already took it out. Took 120 out straight away. It'll be in my account tomorrow. Yeah, free bets, mate. If you win, bang. Nope, done. 120 quid went straight in my bank, as it always does when I get a big win.
Don't always lie still here.
This looks creepy as fuck, doesn't it? Does anything... Am I in control of... Oh, control at camera. I've got a feeling this is going to be good. In the menus, I've just lowered the volume and shit. It says... I think it said something like level or attack or whatever. Automatic. It sets... I think it sets your difficult... That's it, difficulty level. It said auto.
They're watching her.
Anyway, shall we listen to this a bit instead of my fucking yakking? Down for up for down, lot. Let's behave. You ready? Joystick up. Joystick down. The proper way of playing. So balls to you all.
What is she thinking?
I have to drive home and cut the lawn. Cut the lawn, man. Get out. Get sitting down with your feet up after a day.
You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years.
I do like this start.
But the darkness...
I've been told by somebody who's already played this, apparently play it with headphones in and good ones, because it's got full 3D isometric sound bullshit bollocks.
You might try and...
So when I've done streaming tonight, I will be carrying on playing this with a dog's bollocks set of headphones.
Where you're most vulnerable.
But if I carry on playing this, right, I will play it again on the stream, so don't worry. This looks brilliant. Apparently I've heard the basic backstory is her getting vengeance for a boyfriend. Look how good this looks, holy shit. Alexa, main 40%.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own. But it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death.
Oh, it's creepy. I'm going to put the headphones on. Follow.
Fear runs far, far deeper.
There is some creepy noises in the headphones, I will tell you. Oh, I've stopped cameras moving now, so we're off. I've got a feeling it's going to be a fighty slashy button bashy kind of feel of a game. But this is creepy as shit. Nice start to the game though. The lighting's amazing. I've not seen the HDR thing pop up, by the way. So I might just check in the menus a second. Just bear with, guys. 68 mode is on. Says combat difficulty auto, by the way. There is no HDR or video mode on, so that's, I don't know. I've not seen the HDR pop up. She looks fantastic, by the way.
I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her.
Creepy as fuck.
No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
The sound in the headphones is pretty cool, I will add. Really good. Like, really fucking good. Oh my god, this is creepy as fuck.
There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to.
You can't help think of Horizon though, can you? Off the bat.
Maybe you two have a part to play in this story.
I think we're in. I love games that do that. I love games that have an intro that's not over flashy. Like, I like it, the fact that it seamlessly integrates in. Do you know what I mean?
You have to take a closer look to see. Why
Fucking hell, the noise
she needs
in.
to focus now. She needs to use her eyes.
I'll tell you now, that voice that you've just heard's just gone from here, round the back to here, then to there, then to there, and then to there. They said no HDR at launch, but we'll probably get a patch. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. I've pressed every button. She's not doing fuck all. Oh, wait a minute. Right trigger does something.
Do not forget my stories, Cinema. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hell's Gate. But gods and the living will follow this path.
Thank you, Cuticus, for the subscription. Appreciated. Thank you.
Find a road that leads north and down through deep dark.
Appreciate it.
After 9 nights of riding,
Oh shit, nearly dropped my
follow
bottle.
the great river, and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you. I seem like I've sold my soul now to the Twitch lords, becoming all the bullshit, but you know I'm down to earth. This does look nice. It's creepy as fuck noise though, I'm not gonna lie. That was nicely done, no button pressing to be jumping. Like it, like it. Oh my god, I've got voices in the back of my head saying go back, go back, go back. Oh my god, I've got goosebumps on my arm. She's got... They're coming, they're coming. Go back, go back. Fuck. You want to hear the noise in my fucking headphones. Holy fuck. I'm liking this already.
Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
Oh my god, this is creepy as fuck. She got run? No. Yep, no.
Not this time.
Oh, she's running. Fucking hell.
Can you see it?
Land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the
Only
halls of hell.
$24.99, guys, on the digital store,
Place
by the
they
way.
call Helheim.
That's the reason I bought it. And I bet you I get the review. You watch. What the fuck's in that bag? What the fuck? Please tell me you're not carrying... Tell me you're not carrying a head.
I hear you.
And tell me that's not your boyfriend's head.
There's no doubt about it.
Let me tell you now, guys, if you're playing this, get headphones on. Do not play this without headphones.
Holds his soul there.
It is fucking amazing. Get headphones on.
Dillian.
The fucking...
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back?
Why don't she turn back? It's like them horror films, isn't it? Get out. And you just pottle straight on. Nah, fuck it. Blood leaking out the walls. Zombies everywhere, and it's get out. And you just... Nah, fuck it. It is, mate. I'm telling you now, and I've got... These are cheap as shit headphones. I can't wait. I'm going to put my expensive ones on later.
She can say there's nothing she can do.
Somebody messaged me earlier to say if I was getting it, and then said if you do, make sure you wear a really good pair of headphones because the sound is amazing, apparently, and it is, truly.
But she does remember that only the dead
These creepy voices are creepy.
powered wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it.
Before people ask, there's no run button. I don't think. I've not found it. I think it's just introing. So I'm not bothered there isn't one at the minute. I'm not in a rush to get to where shit is. Beautiful. Fucking stunning to look at. Can I get up there? Do you know what, Prudy? I'd heard, because I'd had emails about it, Hellblade. It's the fact who it was made by that then sold it me. And like I said, I tried to get a review, but I've not heard back from the guys, because obviously they'll be dead busy. I just left it too late, probably. But when I heard it was $24.99 in the store, and I just, yeah, no brainer. And then when they said they'd made developers from Enslaved was on it, I thought, fucking no way am I missing out on this.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness.
Tell me these are places we've visited.
Dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Oh yeah. Helheim we are heading for. The waste booker. I just want to say, guys, I don't want to make this sound fanboyish either, but it just is what it is. The PlayStation has had some fucking banging games this year. You cannot deny it. And I don't want to make it sound fanboyish, I really don't. Because I've got all consoles. But they really have had some banging fucking games this year. And of course we've got Uncharted shortly. and then everybody's golf to follow it. That's really, and people are pissing and moaning. Well, there's nothing coming out at Christmas. Well, fucking play these you've not played yet. Persona, Horizon, this, Everybody's Golf, Uncharted. I mean, fucking hell, you're not telling me everybody's played every single last one of them. They have had some banging games, seriously. And I think one of you's just made, you Prudy, has just hit a fucking big nail on the head, mate. Who'd heard of this? You guys who are regular gamers have not heard on it regular. I'd only had the odd PR email. So it wasn't like being panned everywhere, you know what I mean? Everybody's saying, oh, play this, play this. This looks fucking stunning, by the way. And then you get a gem like this from nowhere.
Just drop down.
I love these voices. They're telling you what to do, like, just drop down. Just drop down.
Know where you are? Where are we? Why
Oh,
did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it.
these voices are brilliant. I hope you guys are picking them up. Oh, yay. I don't know about you guys, we've not done very much yet, but I am really into this big fucking time. And I love the way it's seamless. That's seamlessly into just like video. Love it. Love it.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, well said, Prudy. I think nobody can deny that, mate. Nobody at all. And if you are, I think you're kidding yourself.
I was just hiding.
I mean, I've no doubt Xbox X will knock it out of the park in a year's time. Of course they will. They're going to have the power. But and that's where you no need to be a fanboy. Just be fucking level-headed. Oh, shit.
Just a memory. Truth? Is that you?
This is good.
Tales of the Northmen. They call me Ruth.
British developers, by the way, I think. As you can tell by the Scottish voice from the wee lad in the corner.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
To guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
This looks brilliant. It really does.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden.
Yeah, it's Viking era, it is. So I'm pressing right trigger to do this. Yeah, Cambridge, you're right, yeah, Cambridge. Ninja Theory, I think, is the main. That's the guys I've contacted today for a review. Like I say, I think we might have to be doing something. Whoa. Oh, right. Holy fuck me. Okay. Them voices then. That's too loud. That's too loud. Stop. Stop. Fucking creepy as fuck. By the way, I'm pressing right button is your look button. Pressing X is getting here to push it. And I'm trying pull and shit, but... I'm not getting nowhere yet. So... do I have to go and find something? Don't give me no spoilers, guys. If anybody's in the room that has got things, I will ask. I just want to say that in the room. I like to play the games and wait them out, but I will ask for help if I need it.
You will find it.
I think I'm looking for a rune is what I'm trying to figure out that's going to open. This looks fucking awesome. Oh, there's a run button. Left shoulder. She can't get it. So the answer is in here. Yeah, that's been proved to be bullshit, Daz. It's just an internet story. It's not true. It created a lot of good clickbait, though. Yeah, the rumour was, guys, if you weren't... Yesterday a big story broke. This is where I actually started finding out about this game a bit more deeply. Apparently there's a rumour that if you die a lot, your game save got wiped and you were fucked. Well, it's come out today that it's not true. So, right. I've got to line that up, look. Is that it? Yeah, so... No. That noise is fucking evil. Like I've got that. Oh, it's true. So why has the rumour come out then today that it wasn't true? Because that sheds a whole new fucking... I actually, when I did hear the rumour that it was... When I did hear the rumour that it was deleting your save if you died too many times, I thought that was a clever idea. It's a new idea, it's quite clever and what have you. But then, like I say, it got debunked. And there's videos out today to say it is debunked. How the fuck am I supposed to get through this? But I don't want to answer yet. Somebody's going to tell me in a minute. But I don't want to know yet. My idea would be to match that with that. And then press the button. But all it's doing is that. Okay. Take a quick run back, see if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. Oh yeah. So another one comes on. Look, it's not true. It's a bluff. People have tried to see how many times it takes, but it never happens. Well,
look towards the gate. The gate.
There you go. That was what I had to do. I had to find that M on the wall. The gate's changed. It's opened it, and now I press it against the fucking...
Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? It worked.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell.
Enslaved. Boom. Boom.
I know you.
Enslaved gets a mentioned. Easter egg, surely.
Everyone else laughed.
Surely that's an Easter egg, or am I just clutching at straws?
Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Fucking hell.
Another voice joins us. She was trying to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real.
These are voices in her head, I think.
What is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip.
I didn't do that, by the way. Or I don't think I did. Okay, maybe I did. Well, I think I have got a bit of control. Fuck. I think it is me. I think it is me. We might find out about that fucking save right now. It's very sensitive. Very sensitive. That was like a tiny move.
You can't fall. If you fall, you will die. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall.
These voices are doing me head in. Get over then, you divvy. Woohoo!
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Okay. She suffers from psychosis. Expert in mental health were involved in the story. Yeah, I saw that in the credits. Thanks for the info. Can I ask athletics question? Yeah, of course you can, Prudy. Ask anything you want, mate. Although I've got to say, I don't follow athletics. I don't know, I used to.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from
The
the
gate
dead.
to Helheim. Trophy! And the trophy's called The Fight Begins.
The half-rotten
Here we fucking go.
of Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door.
Anyone know why Bolt hasn't run in the 200? Probably because he lost the fucking 100 and he's in a bit mardy, probably. Talking a bit about sports, sad to see Andy Murray's had to pull out one of the main events. That hip is main big problem. And it also means he'll lose his #1 world ranking as well. He needs to get that fucking hip operated on. People are saying he ought to do, because Federer's had a operation timeout, and look what it did for him. Nadal's had a massive medical timeout, and Djokovic, they've all done it and come back stronger. I know that Murray did it with his back, but this hip needs sorting. It's going to ruin the end of his career.
You took him from me. I beg you. Let him go.
I love the way it's doing voices in the head on the mental plane. I can vouch that that kind of shit does go on. All the time, by the way.
Just give him back.
Voices are always there. Really? I didn't know that, Prudy. Fuck. think I was supposed to lose that one. Couldn't lay a glove on him. This is really fucking good though. We've lost a few in the room, which is a shame. Look at the blood on the floor. Fuck, this is good.
A vision of what's to come.
Holy shit.
Poor Senua.
Fucking with your head.
Darkness does not bargain.
Their
Does not
head's
reason.
playing with you.
It is rot. And now it has
I didn't,
taken
mate. No, I didn't get around to it. I think I watched another couple of films
spread
actually.
towards her head. The seed of the soul.
Fell asleep. My sleeping pattern's all to bollocks at the minute. Slept again this afternoon. I've got a sleeping pattern like I'm sleeping from like 4 o'clock till 7 in the afternoon. It's fucking hitting me up. That is rank.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
I think the facial expressions and the body that she looks fucking fantastic. Really comes across as amazing. The dark rot will grow each time you fail. This is the end game warning. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. So I've got to say, guys, back to what we've been said, and all progress will be lost. That is telling you that that happens. The game wouldn't say it if it didn't mean it. So basically every time you die, yeah,
The hardest battle.
sold to the Laker. Are you buying it, lady? Well done. I thought the stream would sell this because this is a brilliant game.
Every defeat.
So basically, I wonder how many Lakers there are in the room. Well, there's 17 people in the room. It's basically she's got a disease in her hand where she's just picked up from this thing. So every time she dies, it grows a little bit. If it reaches her head, it kills her. Your game save's gone.
And she will fulfill her.
Which, I have heard the game's not too long either. Nice one. I have heard the game's not too long. So, it kind of could balance out. I mean, it's a new game mechanic, I've got to say. I quite like it. Probably won't... Imagine if you was near the end of the fucking game and you died. But surely there must be a game save system. If there's an auto... Because there's got to be an auto save system running in the background. So my guess is if you die and you get... No, your game save gets deleted, they've said, haven't they?
Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan, spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter.
Ah, so what it looks like then, these doors I've got to go through and complete that section to then get the keys to open the big door. That's what looks like it's right. I think Lady Mannon's been in the room quite a few times. We chatted a couple of weeks ago on a stream, I think.
Beginning, there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow, but you weren't expecting that.
I was actually going to stream tonight. Tonight's game for the stream was going to be the Infinite Golf. I got a review sent. Me and Ricky got a review sent. I got an extra code because Ricky wanted to play it online. But we've got... Oh, he's working in the background. Yeah, I was going to stream Infinite Golf. I've got that lined up. So one night this week probably will take a lighter go. I will stream that. I played about an hour of it last night.
He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains.
Holy fuck. She's got some serious shit going on in her head. It is, mate. It's one of them. I tell you what it's like. It's one of them mobile games. You know, the mobile shit that you just. But it's beautifully done. It's made by Zen, by the way, the guys who did Zen Pinball. Graphically, it looks beautiful. It's getting harder. You start off on the very, very lowest level, and completing about 9 holes unlocks the next level and shit. I think this has got a bit of God of War feel to it. I think this could look a bit like what God of War's going to run like. Do you know what I mean? This kind of look, this kind of not gameplay, but control system. It's actually from Zen Pinball. If you get in the right one, Golf Infinite. It's made by Zen Pinball guys, because that's where I got the review from. Got a contact. That might be the distributor or whatever. I wouldn't get and play that, Elosh, for all the fucking money. If I got 1,000 subscribers, I wouldn't. Welcome Black Wolf. How are you from France? How is it in France tonight? I wouldn't play. I've seen I will tell you now about Paranormal Activity in VR. There's a video doing the rounds, has been for about a year, made by the guys at GameSpot, I think. And when they was first showing VR, they showed I think it was an half-an-hour video. It's on YouTube. Just put GameSpot Paranormal Activity VR, and it basically is a brilliantly put together video, and it shows you when the developers bought that game to GameSpot Studios, put them in a room, and let them all play it, but it filmed their experiences. I'll tell you now, I have never seen grown adults act like that, and I mentioned it on the show at the time, that's when I had slight worries for actual problems for real people. There was one woman at the end, slight spoiler if you're going to watch the video, the very last clip is a woman actually falling to her knees, crying, and you could clearly tell it was like hysterical, scared, shitless crying. She dropped to the floor on her knees, shaking. And watching the gameplay, I honestly couldn't play that if you're all fucking subscribed now for a year. That it looks horrendously scary. Go and find the video. It makes a good watch. No, I'm an investigator. I like to have a look around. You know what I mean? Is this game one of these where you do look around, or is it really locked off? Or I think it looks like it's blocked off. Yeah, boundaries. It's taking you down one route, and it kind of linear. But it was IGN, was it? I know it was one of the big guys, but see, yeah. Honestly, go and check the video out. It's an amazing watch. Fucking hell, does it look scary? Like proper adults. It's doing the jump scares as well, and it's like got them on outer camera, in-game camera, and other cameras. Proper fucking frightened. To grown men, grown women, scared shitless. One bloke nearly fell on the floor because the twat leaned on a table, because it was like new VR shit then. There was like a table in the game, and he leant on it, and the fucking idiot, he'd got a battery. There was a battery. You had to find a battery, put it in a torch. He'd found the batteries in a fucking cupboard. How you going? He found a battery, and what he did, he accidentally stood near a table, and he accidentally put the battery down on the table. So like a fucking idiot, because the VR fools your brain, he leant down with that hand, and on the big camera, the fucking idiot nearly went up, and I laughed my head off. Well, you've all seen the famous Ronnie O'Sullivan clip, haven't you? Which still to this day hysterically cry with laughing uncontrollably. They give Ronnie O'Sullivan the pool VR, and the twat stood up, and what do you do when you play snooker or pool? You rest your arm on the table. So this fucking idiot's been given the cues. He puts his VR on, and they say, right, Ronnie, enjoy the game. And he's like going, oh, it's really good. The silly twat leans on the table, and on the outer camera, no word of a lie, he just fucking face plants on the floor. I was crying, because I don't like the guy anyway, but fucking hell.
Illusion hides the path to Balravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
It's all about these symbols in it being used as keys, and obviously it looks like you've got to find shit and keys and unlock doors with these weird things. Can I get up there? There's been no jump button yet. I will say, which way did I come? I can't remember now offhand. I think, okay, did I? I think it looks like I've got to go this way, doesn't it? It's not this is the way I've not come, is it? No, I've not been down here. The voices are creepy as fuck. I don't know how you guys are picking these up, but they really are fucking... Ooh. Fucking I shit myself then. I saw a reflection in that puddle. That red shit over there. I nearly crapped my pants. You know how much of a wuss I am, guys, on shit that's a bit heebie-jeebie. The fucking voices. Oh, I have been here. Oh, I have been. I've come the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah. So I have been here. Just let me get my bearings right. That's where I came in, innit? So yeah, I have been here. I've come the wrong way, boys. Sorry about that. How are you guys finding the game? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Are you sold on it? What's your thoughts? Throw them in the room. Let's have a bit of a discussion of what you're thinking. Are you liking it? I've got to admit, this is right up my street, though. Some people did contact me today and said, you must play this. It's right up my street. And it is. I've already got that feeling. I like games like this. Bit of mysterious shit, you know. Like... You're not quite sure, it looks good. So I think that sign is telling me I've probably got to find that sign again until like I did on the other place. I love the way the voices are actually telling you that are telling you what to do. That's really clever. I like that. That looks creepy as fuck, doesn't it? Do we walk under it? These voices are brilliant. Like telling it, look, she can't see it, she can't see it. Oh wow, that's what you can't see, look at that. Yeah, I can't wait. I've got my expensive ones, and I'm going to tell you into a little secret, and you're all going to have a go at me, but I'm going to let you into a little secret. I said at the top of the show I've had another big football win today, and I always treat myself when I do, because it's free money, let's not lie. And it totally was free money because it was a free bet, and I've won a decent amount. And I'm going to tell you something that I have treated myself, and you're all going to scream at me. But I've always wanted, you know, I'm a headphone freak. I've reviewed loads of headphones, and I've got at least 8 top quality sets of headphones. I just like them. They've all got different, and all my headphones have got different stages that I use them for. I've got my favourites to go out with, I've got my favourites to sit in bed with, favourites to listen to Spotify, favourites to game in, and all that. The one thing I've always wanted, can you guess? I'll leave it open to the room for a bit of fun. There's one thing I've always wanted, but never ever took the plunge. Well, I've got them coming tomorrow. Can you have a guess what it is? And I've always wanted. And let me tell you now, if they don't meet my expectations, they'll go back. They are Bose Prudy, well spotted. They're not the 235s because I'm not that fucking mad. I did extensive research, and I'll tell you what I've gone for. You remember recommended in this room, I think, by Nikki, who's not been around in the room for a while, I've got to admit. I bought, the only headphones I haven't got is a decent Bluetooth set for my TV at night time. I don't like to disturb the neighbours because I live in an upstairs flat. So I was trying to think, and when I got this money, I was toying with the idea for months, and it is Bose. I've always wanted a set of Bose. They are classed as like the Rolls Royce of fucking headphones. And I looked at them when I won this money yesterday, and I spent about 3 hours today doing extensive research, loads of video. And the ones that look like they're the bollocks are the Bose SoundLink. Bose SoundLink Bluetooth. They just look amazing. They get rave reviews. 199 quid though, basic, I'm not going to lie. But no, I didn't pay that money. I scanned the internet, scanned the fucking resources. I got them for, I think, 40 quid less. So I got a big chunk off, got that free money on the bet. So I've literally paid about 30 quid for a set of top-end Bose. They come in tomorrow. I'm not going to do a video review because I don't want to attract knobheads and moaners. But it is my money. It's free money. You know I'm a headphone fan, and I have always wanted... Well, yeah, the thing is, mate, the Bose 235s are 300 quid. Have you got some Bose then, Prudy? I've mainly bought them for the TV because of the Bluetooth, and the cool settings on these headphones is they can actually remember 2 Bluetooth connections. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect them to the PS4 so I can game in them, and I'm going to connect them to my telly, and they remember it automatically, apparently. So if you just connect and away you go. But are they as good as people are saying then? Okay then, boys, we need to sort this puzzle out and stop chatting a little bit. So that is a door, yeah, 235. I think I paid 250 was a year ago. Do they live up to expectations? I'm just going back up there. There might be something I have to do through that thing. Because I've got to admit, it's only the second pair I've ever bought that's expensive. I normally get them sent for review, or a few sets I've had for review. But I only buy a pair when I'm at... But I've always... Any headphone fanatic will tell you that Bose is... Oh my god, that is so fucking clever. You have to keep the trigger pressed through it. Daz, as you may well know, I have got the gold set of them. Bought them a few months ago. Always happy with them. I think they've been a decent set. As for the platinum ones, I bought them when they originally came out. And they were actually bugged, as you know. I don't know if it's been fixed. I don't know if you were aware of that. You may have heard it on the show if you listened. But the platinum ones I loved. I thought the price was fucking extortionate. 130 quid, I'm sorry. Yeah, they were good. Yeah, they were cool. Yeah, they sounded okay. They do this 3D sound. Apparently, wouldn't surprise me if they was properly working for this game. However, there was a bug in the software. I don't know if you knew this. But the bug in it, there was basically a clicking noise. And in the end, I actually sent them back to simply.games. That was the first set I'd bought that cost me quite a bit of money because I paid cash 130 quid. And I just sat back one night, and it was one of them moments. Let me just pause this a second. It was one of them moments where, I don't know if you've ever had this, guys. You know when you've bought yourself something special, you've treated yourself, and you care and love for it. It can't be kind of console thing or whatever. And we've all probably been in this moment where you realise there's a problem with it, but there's that voice in the back of your head keeps saying to you, it's not a problem. Fucking don't worry about it. And that's exactly it. I'd been hearing reports, because they got delayed 3 times, the Platinums. They got delayed in October, got delayed in November, got delayed in December, and then they finally came out in January. And when I got them, they look lovely, they feel lovely, they connect lovely, plenty of battery time, and sound amazing. That 3D sound in Uncharted, it was the first thing I did. Tried it, downloaded the software for it, loved it. Thought it was fantastic. But then after a few days, and I had heard the thoughts of people online that it basically has a clicking noise because of something that the software's not doing right. So I picked this clicking up. Now the clicking could only be heard either between tracks. Obviously you couldn't hear it when noise was coming through it. So I kind of said to myself, that voice, fuck it, can't really hear it, not a problem. But then I started, you know that moment when you're in a car and there's that rattle and the missus has said, oh, what's that noise? And you'd never heard it, but since she said it, you fucking couldn't help but hear it. That's how I got. So every Spotify track that was finishing, I was like, click, and it was starting to annoy me. I'd had them for about 2 weeks, and then I said to myself one day, I thought, you know what, fuck it. If they were 20 quid, I'd live with it, but there was 130 quid. So I rang Simply, told them the story. I said, look, there is a bug in the software. It's well said on the internet, and it was. Sent them back. They gave me the money back within 24 hours, which was one of the best services ever by Simply Games. Fuck me if 2 days later, bastard update for it came, didn't they? So I'm asking you, Daz, if you're still there, is there a clicking? Has it been fixed? Have you ever had the clicking? And I was going to say, it was updated, Prudy, 2 fucking days after I'd sent them back. But anyway, Prudy, did you answer my question? You've got older, I prefer better balance. Bose delivers that. So let me just ask a Bose question to get me. And by the way, ordered them this afternoon. They're fucking coming tomorrow. Priority email. Priority mail. Can't wait. I'm not going to review them because, like I say, I want to avoid all that shit. And if you've noticed, I've cut down on video reviews lately because I'm just sick of the crap that I get. You know, I don't do this to get shit. And you all know the internet. It's a fucking lousy place at times. And I'm sick of taking my time. And you can tell my passion. I like doing shit for you guys. And people always message me about my unboxings and say, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for the info. I was looking into this and all this. And then you get the fucking knobheads. Do you know there's still one sad bastard? And the people in the room that know my channel and my group, every single video that I've ever put on YouTube, there's one person that clicks a dislike every time. And the funny ironic thing about that dislike, they dislike it, and this is when I found out that it was just some sad bastard. I once put a 16-minute video of, I can't remember what it was, I think I did an unboxing of something, I can't remember. Really enjoyed doing the unboxing, tried and made a good job of it, got some good feedback. And I noticed, because I stayed on the page, and normally I click the page off. Once it's uploaded, I clicked off. By chance, I think I went to the toilet or something. I come back, and I noticed there was a dislike already, and I laughed. But then I realised to myself, wait a minute, the video's only been up 5 minutes. So the dislike had come quicker than the length of the video. And that's when I learned that this one person clicks dislike every time, and still does it to this day. So how fucking sad are you? Oh, you're kidding. Don't tell me that, Daz. I don't want you to know now. I've ordered things. Can I just ask, though, Daz, when did you actually order them?
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
I think this is a game I will enjoy playing on my own, and I don't mean that disrespectful to the room. I love you guys being here and chatting. But I think this is a game, when you get into it, you'll start to enjoy it yourself, which I will do. That is fucking, oh my god, shit. Ah, that's it then, Daz. You won't notice the clicking, mate, 'cause they've been fixed. It was annoying. Not gonna lie. Really loud click. You know, sometimes when you touch a 3.5 jack and it gives that electrical click, 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 it was like that constantly when the thing was silent, and fuck did it start to annoy me. And you can appreciate, if you paid 130 quid for them, you ain't fucking liking that, are you? I think, I mean, the bass is, I'm not a bass man, even though I like my beats. My beats are really nice that I've got. I do like my beats. I like my beats because they're noise cancelling ones, and they do the noise cancelling jobs. I will just show you, by the way, and I've not done an unboxing for these because of the reasons I said. And I want to point you to these. These are called Octones, O-C-T-O-N. Got these about 2 months ago. These have got noise cancelling on them. There should be a light that they're probably not being picked up on. They're that light there. Let me tell you now, they were on offer on iWoot, and I don't shop at iWoot.com because they do sell some shit. These came on offer down at 45 quid, down from 90. And these are made by a British company. I'm going to tell you now, they went down a further £10 a month ago. And if you go onto iWoot, they're called Octones. Otone, sorry, I do apologise. Otone, not Octones, Otone. O-T-O-N-E, Otone. British company. I'll tell you now, They beat my £350 Bose for noise cancelling. They are the best noise cancelling headphones I have tested and used. Right now, these are my go-to headset. I've got a £300 Bose. I range from £300 down to £10. These cost me 45 quid. They're currently on offer on iWoo at 39 or sorry, 29.99. And let me say to you right now, if you're a headphone person, head over to iWoo, try Otone. If they are in there for that money, buy them today. They are the best quality noise cancelling I have ever had. They're my go-to. That's why they sat at the side of me and not with my collection on the table. Yeah, I bet they do, mate. And I've heard that that is the pinnacle of noise cancelling. That is like the Rolls Royce, the best. But for 300 quid, mate, they fucking need to be. Let's not lie. See, I'm not listening to music, as you've heard me on the show say before. I do like relaxing at night and turning the TV off and doing it occasionally. And that's when I get a decent set out, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the set I bought about 2 months ago, Prudy. They were on offer. They went down to 30 quid. They did on some sites. That's when I picked them up. I do like this style of battling, by the way. You know, like, kill a few and then let's go for it. I do like that. Have you tried them with the presets? Yeah, the gold ones. What I will say, Prudy, I think Dazzle back us up here. If you ever get a chance to buy the platinums, and I was going to finish with saying that, if I get the platinums, I will. If them platinums come down to about 70-80 quid, which I don't think they will, because the gold ones held the price for a fucking long time, and I think the platinums will. If them platinums come down to 78 quid, I will buy a set, because they've got this special 3D audio that is into that presets that you download off the software. The actual platinums, and that's where the upgrade comes. They are better. They are better than the gold ones because of the presets. I'll tell you something I am liking about this game, shall I? I'm liking the pace of it. Some of you might think the pace is a little bit slow. I don't. I think it's just about bang on. Yeah, right now, I don't know if you Daz can back me up. When I had them, the only preset that was around was Uncharted. That's how they was made. There's even a video on YouTube to show you that the actual making of the audio for that Platinum headset and how it works. It's fully directional, 7.1 shit. That's the first thing I tested. I'll admit, it didn't blow me away, but you could clearly tell it was really cool. I've got to find this shape hunter. I need to have a toilet break in a second, guys, so you're going to have to bear with me. I will mute.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
So obviously it's like that other one. I think I've got to find that key to that to unlock it. But I'm just going to take a quick loo break, because I am going to wet myself if I don't. I will mute it, guys. I'll be back in 2 seconds. So please stay in the room. You really need to revisit Dark Souls, maybe the latest one. You'll do fine. Bit of patience. I might well do, because of me liking the Sage. Back in a second, guys. Just a quick one. Welcome back to me. Just printed that for one of the Cranky Gamers listeners. Printed them one last week. It's a thing for the Switch. Can't really see on this camera because it's only the PlayStation shit camera. But as you can see there, you basically switch your Switch with the controllers, slot it into that, and it's like a joypad. Come out pretty cool actually. I've got to remove the supports, and it's come out really well. Printed really well. Cool. So, like that. I think it sits like that, and you put your Switch into there. Joys of 3D printing. Awesome, eh? Awesome. Clean that up and post that. Anyway, guys, let's get back to this for a bit. Yeah, I was saying, I'm enjoying the pace of this. So it looks like I've got to find this symbol again, innit? That's the way we got to. That's the way we did it before. Wonder where it's hidden. Where was it hidden? It was hidden on a wall before, weren't it? Is it back through? I'm wondering why it's disappeared. Am I missing? See, so is it appearing when I stand still? Yeah. With a new headset, don't you think there are less presets? I do, Nash. Yeah, welcome by the way. Welcome. I do think there is less presets, and I will say this as well. And I've thought this about the gold ones, and if you're saying that right now, I've not looked at the presets recently. I've not had them on for a while. But I will say, I don't think I've got to be in this place because that sign has not come through that door with me. So I'm thinking it's in here. Oh, is it up there? Basically, I've got to say I'm a bit let down, and I bet you guys are that's got them. A bit let down with the presets. It looks like something they should support more, but then again, we're not fucking surprised with Sony not supporting shit, are we? Let's be fair. But they really did ought to support it more. If you're selling an expensive headset, which it fucking is, we're not going to lie, it ain't cheap. Oh, I bet you I've got to be back. Watch this. I think that is going to be there if I've got it at a certain angle. Yeah, 25 people, somebody said earlier, badass. It's made in Cambridge as well. I do think this, guys, is the way that I've got to sort this puzzle out. I do believe it is on there. Or is it a reflection? Tell me it's a reflection. See, this is another game. This is another reason I'm liking this game. I'm liking the puzzle shit element of this as well. It's like got some good gameplay involved. You see, that looks like that one. Look, it is. Look, that is the bottom half of that. Look, can you see it? That to me is the bottom of that. Is it not? Now, if that's the bottom. Oh, is it, Prudy? Thank you for letting me know. I will load that down tonight and give that another splash, I think, because the DLC for that, as we forgot to announce it, didn't we, in the show on Sunday? I've had so much on this week. It's been given a date of November. I'd mentioned on the show where the DLC for Horizon was penned on the store as December. Well, it looks like they've gave it to... This is a pain in the ass, isn't it? Because that clearly is the bottom of that symbol. But there's a reflection of it, look. Right. I think I'm on the right lines here. Because that clearly is the bottom of that. We can agree with that. Are we not agreeing with that? Yep, that's the bottom. So we're looking for the top and the left. And clearly, to me, let's have a look at that one. Yep, that's the left side of it. Okay? So therefore, that must be the top. I've got to get up somewhere. I've got to get on there, haven't I? I've got to get up there. I don't think you can walk back far enough, badass. I've just tried it, because that symbol disappears when you go through that door. That's clearly the way to the puzzle, obviously. Cleverly done. But I'm not sure I mean, this way it alters the dimension of it as well, but then again, wait a minute. I do think I've got to get up there. Because if you look, that first section is pretty high up. Okay? So I've got to figure a way of getting on that balcony. And right now, I'm not seeing a way up at all. Is there a way through here? No. You see, that symbol disappears. Oh, wait a minute. You see, I can't go back far enough. It's blocked. There's just no way of getting it. But that clearly is where I've got to get it, I think. Oh, wait a minute. No, because the symbol's not there, look. So, yeah, I've got to get through this door, and I have got to get up there somehow. I would also state you've got no controls of any kind while you're in normal gameplay. There is no swinging, fighting, or anything like that. The only thing she's got is look and run. That's it. So before anybody starts screaming, do this, do that, do fucking that, you can't. So bear with. I do feel this is the way to do it, though. And why aren't the voices fucking telling me? We have our first puzzle. Why the fuck can't I get up there somehow? Nice one, Prudy. I've got enough voices in my ear, mate. Don't you worry. I get them voices a lot. But that's a good comment. Nice one. So you'd think she'd just get up there, but she doesn't. She's totally locked out of getting up there with anything. Friend request. Just got a friend request. If you're in the room, I will always add the friend's request at the end of the stream. So thank you for the request if you are in the room. Do we think this has got something to do with it? Their foe not friend live watch gameplay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, fuck, look. It's that creepy shit, look again. Oh, this is cool, boys and girls. Come on. So you press your luck and you carry on walking through and the doors. That is fucking clever. This is enjoyable. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it fucking is. It's awesome, innit? Let's not lie. And I bet she can get up here. See? Oh, fuck. How clever's this, boys and girls? This game's got to get reviewed really well. The voices are spooky, but it makes the game, doesn't it? Somebody said at the top of the show, Somebody said at the top of the show. Boom! Fucking boom! The voices are back. Tell me you can hear the voices. You can hear the voices. You can hear the voices. I tell myself that every day. The voices are friendly, but sometimes the voices are evil. And the voices tell you silly things. Neat puzzle, like it? Oh, I've lost the chat in the window. I like to check the subscribers.
Do you feel it?
Ooh.
It's like
I check if you see... Oh, the chat's crashed. Come back, chat. See, I can see when somebody comments if you've subscribed, or if I get a new subscriber. So that's why I've got the iPad here as well. No, don't even say things like that. Creepy shit. $24.99 digitally, Nash. That's what sold it me. I have actually applied for a review when everybody's lost their shit about this. And it's phenomenal. It's amazing, mate. You've missed a good thing. The puzzles are really clever. The fighting's okay. Very slow paced, but I've just said on the stream, I don't mind it. I think the pacing of it's really nice because it adds to the effect. And the voices are still fucking creepy as hell. Another one of these things here, look. And the cleverness between these gates, look. Watch this. If you're still here, Mark, don't go yet, look. You're going to see a good mechanic. These weird gates, look. When you look down there, you can't see anything. But when you look through here, you kind of can, but that one's not working. But what I'll give you an example. Like, pretend that door there is not there. That's blocked. When I'm looking at it like that, it was blocked. When you looked at it through one of these weird evil gates, it was open. But that has... Oh, wait a minute. Is it showing me something down here? Which way would you say that's facing? I don't think that's showing me anything, do you guys? Am I missing it? That one's not working. Oh well. It's not scary, no, it's just very thought-provoking. And the voices are really awesome. I've got to say. I never bought Mafia 3 in the end, Nash. Or did I? Can't remember. No, I don't think I did. There's a light on top of that structure. What, did I miss it? Whoa, what, when I'm looking through here? Are you sure? Yeah, but there's a light there, look. It's the same. Do you mean that one on top of there? It's the same when I'm not looking. Don't forget these gates show you shit that's not there. You've got to play it with headphones on. This is what makes the entire game. I've just said to the room, I can't wait to play this off the stream with my good headphones on. Okie dokie. It's been a great room tonight. Nearly 30 people in as well. Great game. Great game, great chat as always. And thank you for the subscribers. Got a couple of new ones tonight. So, all good. And this game is really good. Really creepy. Very thought-provoking. Superbly done so far. Yeah, oh, you'll enjoy this, Mark. You'll have to pop in. I should be streaming the golf this week. I've got Infinite Golf for review. I love the voices. Nice to see gamers like you, man. Thank you, JMB. Really appreciate it. Which games do you play more? I play everything on the stream. I've got a UK podcast. If I just announce it out there to most people. I've actually got a UK podcast, Cranky Gamers UK, that's been going in his 11th year, believe it or not. And I've just started Twitch because most of the people in this room are from the community, and they basically pushed me towards Twitch to get the Prime subscriptions because I've never been about making money. I've never made any money of any kind in the 10 years. But now I've been pushed to this Twitch. Within a week, it's like really doing well already. Because I like chatting to my community. I like doing games. I try different ones every night. I try weird ones. I've also got VR. I do sometimes do one of them. And I try the games that major streamers don't do. And I also play the big games as well. Because down at heart, I'm just a gamer like you guys. So, appreciate all the follows and all the subscribers and everything. So... Oh, I didn't realise he gave you a clue. So the 3 this time, look, I've got to get on top of that platform. I've got to get on top of that platform. Because again, look guys, the last one's pretty high up, so I've got to get on top of there this time. Yes. And I'll always, JMB, I'll always talk to the room. I'm never one of these streamers that sits there and never says a fucking word. Because it's boring. Now this gate might work.
I hear something.
These voices are shitty.
Follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
So it is telling you the illusion. Are we missing this illusion on this one, guys, or not? The thing to do is look, as we all know. Is it this way? No problem, mate. That's what my streams are always aimed at as well, you know that. As is Cranky Gamers as... Oh, here we are. I think I've found it. Have I? Yeah, look. Here we are. Mark, you're still in the room and I think he's gone. So there, look. There's nothing there. But then there's a set of stairs. So that's the cleverness of the weird shit. And now these voices are evil. What the fuck is that? Whoa. Listen to these voices. They actually warn you at the start, I think. You shouldn't actually... if you suffer from mental disorders, which I do, I've suffered from depression and take medication, they do say you shouldn't play shit like this. Especially, which I was joking earlier about the voices. But it kinda is. Gotta say, that's creepy as fuck, innit? This puzzle's a bit more in depth. I'm not... Oh, what the fuck? That's scary. That, I've got to say, that's freaking me out a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That is a bit fucking freaky. Is it pointing? Who's pointing? This one or the other one? Yeah, very true. Yeah, very, very true. It's the thing is, Prudy, and I always talk about my depression and stuff. I've done a podcast. If there's any people in the room that don't know who we are, there's the illusion as well. Look, again, it's that way. People in the room that don't know, we do another podcast called The Rambler, and that's aimed at more adult. There's more language and shit. We don't give a shit, basically. And I did a show early on in that podcast that talked about depression and suicide, because I have been a victim of, well, not a victim of my own shit, I suppose. And we talked about it, and I got more praise from that podcast than I think I've done any of the gaming podcasts ever. This one's a bit more tricky. Yeah, I contemplated doing it for about 3 episodes. I spoke to Ricky about it, well, because obviously he's in a position where he's obviously got to sit there and actually react or listen to it. I can't believe the room's dropped from 30 to 17. God, that was bad. But yeah, it was an episode I thought long and hard of doing. But I did get a lot of positive feedback. He's changed from...
Is she lost? Be the first time.
Is she lost?
Before the tragedy.
Keep an eye on your arm. Yeah, it's if you die. Badass. It's if you die, mate, you get... You lose your game save, I know. If you die, you get thing, but I've not died yet.
Call such a person a coward. Some like truth will come back in search of penance. Others, like sin, to purge a curse.
I love this thing that's like
Those who make it back
not there and then there.
are forever changed.
I think this is where I can get the key. No, I can't. Go away, Prudy. You're not going to affect my mental health at all. There's no voices. You know there is. Yeah, going back to just what I was going to bring up, actually, you made a good point about the gaming. Something goes up it the further you go. Okay, don't give me too many spoilers. Gaming does, I've said that many a time, and I said it on the show actually, that gaming does have an effect. Not an effect, it keeps me going. It takes me away from the shit that I've got rattling around my head all the time. No, I didn't mean spoilers. No, I didn't mean spoilers, mate. No, don't worry. I wasn't having a go at you.
How can she get up? Bait. It's him.
The voices are saying, look, how can she get up? How can she get up? And I'm asking me the same fucking question.
It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic. It's an
These voices are great. As I've said on the show many a time, and actually I think I've said it before, but on that actual podcast of the Suicide Depression podcast, I got more feedback from people. Some of the stories I got emails from New Mexico, from South Africa, and loads of places, and the feedback I got from that one show was probably the best feedback I'd had while I've been podcasting for 10 years. I'd even got 2 people tell me that, because the reason I did that show in the end, I actually did it to make mainly male, but it suffers, females suffer, it's not being sexist in any way, but males are very tendent to not want to go and get help or speak to anybody about it. That's what affected me. That's what did it to me. He's pointing. Yeah, and this is my point. I had 2 people actually contact me that day, or that week, when that show went out. One of them actually went and got help that day because of what I'd said on the show. And they wrote a really long email telling me so. And then they replied to me a few days later saying, thank you very much, thank you. I would never have contemplated going or doing that at all. And it was actually close to suicide. Like, he openly admitted that he was days away, hours away even. And he went and got help and got some psychiatric help, got some medication apparently. And even if that one person was the only person that enjoyed the podcast for whatever reason, it was great. It helped me no end. And don't forget, it helped me. My reasonings for doing it at the time, I think I stressed on the show. The thing about depression and suicide, it can affect anybody. anybody from any walk of life. And I think the very big misconception of it as well, and this is what I really want to reiterate this, because I think this is the biggest problem with suicide depression, and I used to get it a lot. And the thing is this, and it kind of hit home to me as well. People think, and it goes back, I think I mentioned on the show about Gary Speed and his sad case. And the big question then, and I even saw it in the mainstream media, which kind of made me angry, because it's the biggest fucking thing that drives me mad with depression and suicide. And the point is they think because you've got stuff, like me, I do a podcast, I'm happy, I've got a few friends, I've got quite a lot of nice stuff, okay? And the misconception of people that think, well, why would he do that? He's got everything he wants. That is so fucking wrong. So wrong, and such misconceived about depression and suicide. And I said on the show, the actual time I did it, I didn't wake up that, and I can honestly 100 million%, I didn't wake up that day with suicide on my mind at all. Unbeknown to me, I'd suffered from depression in a form that I didn't realise, because I'd not heard of depression and stuff. I subsequently found out. Yeah. There's, I mean, and there again, Prudy, and I'll bring that up. I got a couple of emails from that subject actually, about the sad person that committed suicide. And again, it goes home to what you're thinking. Surely he's got everything he needs. He's a rock band god, or he's got every single thing. Don't ever think that depression, suicide matters with what possessions you own. Yeah, I've got a nice things that probably some of you guys would like, that you can't afford and stuff, and it's just the situation I'm in. Don't ever think that means I'm the happiest guy on the planet. It can mean the exact opposite, I can assure you. Why has that disappeared? No, it's not, it's back. I'm struggling here, guys. I'm thinking I'm waking up. I've got to get up to there. Now, obviously, I've got to wake round. I've got to get up there, haven't I? Well then, can I get up there now? Has that opened up because I've just done it? Oh yeah, it has. Yeah, figured it out doing it. But yeah, it's the biggest misconception about suicide ever. Ever. Oh, and they said it about Gary Speed, like I said. But I hit a very good point about the Gary Speed incident, that and it goes back to what I said on that show itself. And people asked me after, well, did you think about doing it and as I've just said, I didn't wake up on that day thinking I'm going to kill myself. I'd had bad thoughts for a long time, thinking my life was absolutely shit. And that goes to the thing about Gary Speed. It came out that the reason that triggered him was an argument with his wife. And he'd got a wife, football pundit, brilliant life. He'd been on Match of the Day with Alan Shearer the week before. He'd got like what all of us would consider an amazing life, lovely wife, kids and everything. He had an argument with his wife. That triggered him to do what he did. And that's the point that a lot of people realise, that it is a trigger point. It's a massive trigger point. Mine was just a shit couple of things that went off on that evening that I decided I've had enough.
If only it were that simple.
And I had had enough, believe me. It was no cry for help and shit like that. And as I said on the show, it was somebody up there was looking out for me, because where I lived at the time, the door that went to my flat had been locked every day for 2.5 years. And that specific night I decided to end it was basically, I knew the door would be locked. So I had all intentions. I'd had enough. I thought, fuck it. And for some unknown miracle, that door was left open. The first time in 2.5 years of living in that flat. And subsequently, one of my friends of the evening had noticed I'd been really down, and she came to see how I was after a shift at the pub, and she found me because the door was open. So that was really, some will say, a stroke of luck. But I will throw it out there as well. If you are suffering from depression of any kind and having thoughts about whatever, do not bottle it. And really, what I will say as well, that people go to your doctor. Go to your doctor. They will help. Whether you're a man, an old man, a young man, don't ever feel that they will not be able to help, because they will. Shit, there's two of them now. That's not fair. Close to death here, guys. I could do him being the last one.
Finish this. End it now.
Fuck me, that were lucky. Yeah, I've just done it. I always knew I was struggling there, but luckily I've got through it. It's really nicely paced, this game is. It's not in your face, it's not 100 miles an hour, it's really slow, really thought-provoking, and I like it. I'll have to have a look, Nash. I'll have to have a look, mate. Just out of interest, thinking, is there a save game? I've not seen... Oh, you've got the controls there as well. Block, R1. So heavy, melee is the Sertal one, the quick one. So fast strikes, I've been doing them quite doing it. The Sertal is the melee attack. The Sertal is the one that kicks them. That's a real good one. Evade is the X. I've figured that one out myself. But also... also look, focus, R2, I've figured that. Run, interact, done that. But the one is the R1. That's the one to learn. Yeah. No save game. So when... How do you... You know what I mean? Is it like, do you do it? Do you go for it? Whatever. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:27 p.m.
Yeah, it is a good episode to listen to, I've got to admit. Like I said, it took me a long time to decide to do it. It's not something... Oh, is it autosave? Thanks, Ahmed. Yeah, suicide's a crazy thing. I will say, and we did joke at the time, and I don't think did I say this on the show? I might have done. I will. Yeah, I'm finding the roll better, badass. I must admit. I've not even used the block, so I will say regarding when I did do the thing, and I had a joke about it after, which I think it's kind of where you go to when you've figured shit out. Some people asked me as well. Hadn't got a daughter at the time. Because I did get a couple of emails saying you're selfish, and I get that, and I think I told you the story about the nurses in hospital. I spent 5 days in hospital, three of which I was in a bad way. I was on a drip and being injected to stop me being sick all the time. I've never to this day ever been sick constantly for a long period of time. They had to get a doctor out in the middle of the night because they was worried even the drip wasn't pulling me back through, kind of. I was just constantly being sick, like every 5 minutes. Never. And I joked after when I came out, I lost nearly a stone in space of 5 days, and I've never been in so much pain from the neck down to my balls. Every muscle from here to there, I must have done damage because of constantly being sick. Honestly, it was fucking horrendous. But going back to the nurses, and this is what I found out. I got the emails about selfishness. I hadn't got a kid then. I was in my early 20s. So obviously I'd not got a child. So the point being, I jokingly said at the side that it was the best diet I ever got. It was the quickest diet. I did lost a stone in space of 5 days. I was in a bad way, actually. But the thing is about, well, this is it, Prudy. I was in hospital, and don't forget, I've had 7 surgeries. I've had 7 big surgeries in my life as well. And the nurses, when you have surgery, they can't do enough for you. You probably all witnessed that yourself. When I was in a ward on the suicide, I got a very funny inkling that I was getting very few nurses. There was one nurse that used to come and change a dressing and check my drip and do my drip and change my bottles and shit. Just one nurse all the time. I used to see loads of others, and she told me on the last day, because I actually commented. She says, are you okay and all? And I says, yeah, thank you very much for your help, you've been really kind. And I said, can I just ask? Just seeing there's not many nurses on thing, because you're the only one that's dealt with me. She says, look, she goes, I'll be honest with you, suicides in here are looked on very, very poorly, because you're taking a bed up that somebody else could be using. And it kind of like, oh, kind of got it. So they do think that way. They do think that way a lot. But, yeah, very stroke of luck I'm still here by the time it was. Is that the key I've just opened? It is, isn't it? I think modern times, and especially social media's made depression a lot more accessible. Not accessible, but a lot more people coming forward. And I also think that there must be a time where in the past nobody ever talked about it. It's like a subject that you're like, oh no, wait a minute. They've got to change, because I can tell you now, and the other thing about mental illness, and I will tell you a story now that I've never told, a very short one. People have asked me, I have got a brother who is great, although the bastard's in Memphis this evening having the time of his life, and visiting Graceland tomorrow, the Jammy Git, a place that I would dive to go to. I do have a sister, not spoke to for a long time. She has actually been committed, and I was actually full witness to a full nervous breakdown. And I will say to anybody and argue to anybody in this world, and if anybody ever got me started on an argument on it, I'd end up falling out big time. Unless you've actually witnessed a proper nervous breakdown that requires medical attention or being put away, you have no fucking clue whatsoever what you're talking about. Not even close. I watched my sister, from being a perfectly normal human being, turn into something that I'd only seen on TV. To the full point of sitting down eating dinners and looking at it and saying, and looking at me, looking at my dad and saying, you're trying to poison me, you're trying to kill me. And the trigger point to it all, do you want to know what the trigger point was? And she was perfectly normal, I'll tell you, 100% normal. The trigger point, she got accused of pinching some money. That was it. She got accused wrongly of pinching some money. And it totally sent her over the edge that I'd never seen in my life, and she's never been right to this day. Horrendous. And I cannot stress enough to you, when I really reiterate this, nobody has a clue. When you hear people say, oh, they've had a nervous breakdown, I think nonchalantly all of us think, oh, fucking hell, not that old chestnut. Don't ever argue that with me. She was a perfectly normal 16-year-old girl, due to leave school, get a job. Totally, like nothing I'd ever witnessed. Nothing. She literally, because my brother used to live next door to my father. And we obviously used to be nipping in and out because we were connected. She used to come from my brother's, sit down on the couch, stare at our TV, and we knew something was wrong because it just happened very quickly. And she'd stare at the TV and then just turn around nonchalantly and say to me and my dad, this isn't on TV next door. Why isn't this on TV next door? This isn't on our TV. Why is this on our TV? Honestly, never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse
So
made her
honestly, it's crazy.
Drew
You have no idea. Looking for the gate, guys, because there's the 3, so I do need to get up there this time, I think, do I? Oh no, there's quite a few. Oh no, don't make it difficult. Yeah, it's a tough thing. Oh god, look how hard they've made this one. I think if I'm figuring this out, you go to where these figures are. I think they hold the key. But look how many of these twats there are for this. Might be putting a halt to the game for tonight, guys. I used to do a 2.5, 3 hour stream. Yeah, it is. It could be a pain in the ass, this one. I think it's a case of getting high up and having a look. I think if you draw back, it's just drawing the line back in it. So you probably, my guess would be along this one, because that looks the line. So I'm guessing I want to be up there somewhere where them red flags are. Have you finished the game, Badass, by the way? Just asking. I think it's that one I've figured out, mate, to be fair. So I need to get to that side to knock that down. I'm loving this style, though, I've got to say. Another big update for No Man's Sky this week. An improved story mode, apparently, part of it, and portals can finally be used to travel. Oh, you're joking. We're going to have to get back to that, aren't we, guys? And I think if there's a new story mode, I might start it on the stream and do it again. Not finishing yet, Nash. I'm hanging 5. I've got a pain in my arm, though, guys. I can't sit still for very long because of my injuries, and this is why it's limited to like 2.5 hours. And I get pains in my fucking arm and my neck, something chronic. I'll sit and chat for a while. I don't mind doing that. I don't fancy. There's also a Sony Gold option. Yeah, I've seen that one. I'm gonna have to put my golds on, actually. Although I'll have my snazzy bozers tomorrow. I can't wait, actually. You've seen somebody beat the game from the beginning. And how long did it last? I've heard it's not very long, about 6 hours or so. Maybe less. See, my arm now is killing me. And I'm running out of medication. 8 hours, yeah, I thought so. Don't forget, guys, if I will be obviously finishing in about 10-15 minutes, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to subscribe to the channel with your Prime or with that. Really appreciate it. We're doing well. The room's been a great one tonight. Good game. I think I may actually carry on streaming this tomorrow night. If it's only an 8-hour game, I might as well carry on and try and get to the end on a stream. I think you guys would like that. I think. I can tell you now, Prudy, 8 hours, I don't mind that for the money that this has cost, especially digitally, 25 quid. Alright, you buy it digitally, it's a story. It's probably a game I wouldn't buy digitally, if I'm being honest. It would have been a game I buy to disc to trade in, because it's shortish. However, I wanted to do it for you guys, so I've spent the money on this tonight just for you guys in the room, which proved to be a good choice, because it's got a decent room tonight. So, yeah. See what I can do while I'm live. Shall I check my bet for tonight, see if I've had any luck with my bet this evening, because I think all the football's finished. Shall we have a bit of fun? I doubt I'll have that much luck 2 nights running, but we can do it live on the stream if you want to. Think, what time is it? 20 to 11. I think all the football will have finished. Right, it's not looking good because my account only says £1.71. Settled bets. That was the one last night. Oh, I think it's still running, isn't it? This one. Oh my god. Somebody find out for me now how the Benfica game's going. Because my accumulator is still running. It's an 8-1 and it's going 1-1, 1-1, 1-1 Pending 1. Tell me there's a cash out. 147 quid if Benfica win. They kicked off at 9. It's got to be dead close to being up over. Oh, don't tell me they're going to let me down. If Ben... You're kidding me. Seriously? Fuck, what an evening. They're winning 3-1. And there's 82 minutes gone. Boom, people. 147 quid, guys. 2 free bets. Won them both. What a fucking evening this has turned out to be. They are, I've got it up. Oh, that's cheered me up, boys. Can't believe that. An 8 accumulator and a 7 accumulator 2 days running. 3-1 up and another 80. Oh, I can actually watch it if I wanted to. Oh, fuck, I've clicked the wrong button. Can I just have the stats up? 3-1, 83 minutes gone. Fucking awesome news, boys. Fucking yay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prudy, you spent $7.99 on Human Fall Flat. All because of you. All because of you. Bit of share there. Are you in England? Badass. I am in England. Badass. I live in the middle of England. Smack bang in the centre in a lovely county called Derbyshire. Southerners down London and them and city dwellers classes as the countryside. We don't, but I guess it is. Because I always say the fact that one of the Peak District donuts that are around the Peak District, which is the famous Peak District in England, which is giant countryside and shit, I can be stood at the side of one of them with my arm on it in about half an hour. Another American listener, welcome, Badass. I think community member in here, Benji, he's from America. He's currently driving home from his job. He's subscribed to this channel. He's one of the biggest ones in here. I think I've got about 3 or 4 from America. But on the podcast, if you're interested in gaming and you don't know, we actually do a podcast, Cranky Gamers UK. Check it on iTunes. We talk shit about games, basically like me, except there's 4 of us. And we have some good banter and shit. And also there's an adult podcast on the same feed called The Rambler. Be aware if you listen to The Rambler, we talk about things like sex, suicide. Two of the main hosts of the main show chat about real life shit, politics, shit we don't talk about on the gaming channel. So yeah, people enjoy it. People tell me it's okay. By the way, regulars in the room, t-shirts. I'm putting the order in for the first lot of t-shirts tomorrow afternoon. So last call, if you want a Cranky Gamers t-shirt, email me crankytoz@gmail.com with a size, and you'll be in the order for tomorrow. Don't forget. And I will be emailing you the day after for PayPal to pay for it, and I'd appreciate it if you'd pay for it when I email you, because I'm having to buy them. My brother is in America on holiday right now. They're jamming it. I've mentioned it a couple of times on the stream tonight. He's currently on a tour with his wife. I'm a massive Elvis Presley fan. Massive. Listened to it all my life since I was a nipper. My mother used to play it as when I was a toddler. Stuck in my head. Elvis Presley crazy. My brother's he's in Memphis tonight. He's flew to Memphis. His first leg of the trip was I think it was in New York yesterday. He's flying to Memphis. He's in Memphis tonight. He's in Benny King's jazz restaurant tonight. I've seen it. And he is going to Graceland tomorrow at the Jammy Twat. Man United Forever, how are you? Welcome to the room, mate. It's great, this is. Brand new game, $24.99 on the digital store. Made by the same guys that made Heavenly Sword and Enslaved. It's a weird one. It's very psychological, messes with your brain. It's kind of a mystery Viking. This mystery Viking lady is going around. All this weird shit is a puzzle, so don't be put off by this. The basic way the puzzles work is that door has been blocked by that symbol. I now have to find a lineup of it to unlock it. It's just one element of it. And it's just really nice. Very slow pace though, but really psychological. If you buy it, put your headphones on. It's got one of the brilliantest headphone gun stuff ever. There's mystical voices. It's like, he's there, Benji. Look, how are you? Yeah. Oh, you're joking, badass. No, you ought to send me a tweet picture of it, mate. That's great. I'd love to go. It's never go. In fact, my one dream, I've spoke to Benji about it, I would love to go to the US. I'll probably never ever make a holiday. I've not been on holiday for fucking hell, must be 20 years. I just can't. I just have nobody to go with, basically. And I'd never travel on my own. I like Man United. Let's not talk football chat and get nasty. But except my bet's about to come in. Oh, Benji, are you back in the room? Just check my accumulator tonight, mate. 8-match accumulator. Yeah? You know I won last night's one. I won tonight. Yeah? 7 of them say won. The last one is still playing. It's Benfica against Sporting Braga. Would you want to look at the score for me, or do you want me to tell you? Anyway, I'll save you the trouble. They are 3-1 up in the 88th minute, so I'm 2 minutes away from 147 quid. Yeah, done it, mate. Well, I say done it, unless the fuck it would be the biggest travesty. I tell you what, I'm not seeing any cash out offer or anything. Not seeing any cash out. Oh, then again, let me click open bets. It's not offering any cash out or anything. I have got 2 other free bets running for the week. Oh, this is the one I've got a special on by the guy. Football fans in the room, quickly before we close this down. I did a bet early in the season. What do you think about this one? I'm just looking at my bets that I've got now. I've got a few that are running at the weekend, and then these free bets because it's what I used up. I stuck a £5 on a bet for the start of the season. John Terry gone to Aston Villa this week, yeah? I've got a bet running that will win me £255 if it comes off. Do you know what bet I've had involving John Terry? If John Terry scores over 10.5 goals this season, that's the winning bet. Do you think he'll score over 10.5 goals? Fuck knows. Probably not. But it's a fun bet. So I'm going to go back to watch my Benfica game finish and then watch my bank fill up and then me cash out straight away. 89th minute, by the way. Man United, well, I also have a bet every season. Winner of the Prem, winner of the Champ, winner of the first, winner of the second. Always stick a pound on it. Stupid odds. I think my winnings this year is going to be £7 grand. Do you want to know my winning? 4 teams. Man United to win the Prem. Derby County to win the Champ. Mansfield to win, I think, second division. And Blackburn to win the first. So there you go. I've had... Yeah, you're right, Prudy. Definitely. I tell you what, I think it's going to be close. I think he might... I mean... 11 goals you're talking. He's got to score 11 goals for a whole season. I think statistics show that he's only done it once or twice in his career. But the Premiership's different. You can't criticise John Terry, and I never will. He's a bit of a git privately. We know that. He's a bit of a knobhead. But I've got a feeling he'll score some goals in the Champ, I'm telling you now. Because there's a lot of shit defences in the Championship. I'm not going to lie. Well, currently, the draw and the away are saying it's 500 to 1. 91 minutes gone. I wonder how quick this will refresh, by the way, and fill up. I hope Luke is still in the room. Good friend off Twitter, Luke. We have our fun bets together. He's going to piss when I tell him this one's won. Can't believe I've won 2 on the trot. That's a fucking good start to the season. And it makes it the sweeter that the 2 bets I've won are free bets. Shit on. Blackburn will win, mate. Don't forget they've gone down they've gone down a league. They're in the 91st minute, mate. It's all over now, 3-1. If this fucker don't win, it'll be the travesty of all season. Says this will be finishing any second, mate. This will. So it's a pity I didn't wait 10 minutes and just go and look at my account just to see it pop in. I've never used Paddy Power. I've used Paddy Power once on one of these quick offers I got, and this is why it was a fluke. What I was doing, because the start of the season was coming, I normally use Bet365, and I only have a £5 a weekend. That's all I do. I have 5 accumulators every weekend for a bit of fun. I do a couple of certainties and a couple of outsiders. Just a bit of fun. I love my football. It's just something to do. And I've had a lot of winners in towards the end of last season and obviously beginning of this season. But I logged what I was doing. I was tidying my betting folder because I had them all because anybody who bets football has them all, and I was tidying it up. So I was going through them all. Sky Bet, Bet365, Paddy Power and all that bullshit. Oh, you're a Blackburn supporter, are you? Mate, they'll win that league. Believe me. Keep calm. So I was looking 2 days ago. I went into my Paddy Power account. I was just checking they want any bit of dregs lying about, and then I was going to delete them. Went into my Paddy Power last night. There's 30 quid free bets. Now, I'm not well up on our free bets win. I'm not sure how they do. I've always thought that they conjure. You never get your money. It's in fucking bingo books or whatever bullshit it's called. But last night's win, I was telling Benji earlier, I was able to withdraw the money in my bank. So I'll be able to withdraw this in the next 5 minutes, I'm no doubt. So I found free bets. So what I did, because the cup's been on this week, the Mickey Mouse Cup, so we have Man U, Blackburn, Derby, Spurs. Is anyone else? Any more footy fans in? We'll have 5 minutes footy chat. You should never... Another friend's request. If you are in the room, Faz3 Killer or whatever it is, if you're in the room, I do friend's request at the end. Well, all the betting stopped, so I'm guessing this is a final score. Oh, the video of it. I could have watched the actual game on my betting app. Bullshit. It's still saying 94 minutes, so we'll wait a bit longer. Will Coutinho go? Yeah, do you know why I think he'll go? 2 reasons I think Coutinho will go. One, because... Well, it might be a few reasons. One, because I think it's just keeps being dragged up. 2, Barcelona have got a fucking gigantic amount of money because of silly deal they did last week. But I'll tell you now, the price that they've seen quoted, I have yesterday, that they're willing to pay for him. Didn't Liverpool only pay something like fucking 10 million, sorry? No, I don't think... I'd like Bale to come to Man United. I'll be honest, Manu, I think if Bale comes to this country, and he said on TV last night in an interview he probably isn't, I think he'll go back to Spurs. Don't be surprised if he comes back to this country this year, which he may do, may not. Depends if he's in his plans for Real Madrid, because he hasn't been getting many games. I will say I think he'll go back to Spurs. And it kind of also airs on the fact that Spurs have not spent a fucking penny yet. And their manager today has said they are going to buy some people. So that game has finished. So I'm now going to open my bet. There's no refresh on this fucking thing. I don't like... Oh, it's just updated. Why is it only 139? It said 147 pending. It was 147 that fucking win was. Settled. So I've won 130... Oh, no. I know why. Because on a free bet, you don't get your stake back. You don't get your stake back, do you? On a free bet. So, guys, I've got them both there, right in my iPad. Last night's 127, tonight's 137. And I'm now going in my bank to literally... I'm going to take the lot, actually. Coutinho will go. I'll tell you why, just finishing that chat. The price they've been quoted is 109 million they're willing to pay for him. Now, I'm sorry, as fucking good as he is, if he's not happy, which he's clearly said he wants to go to Barcelona, Liverpool paid like 10 fucking million or so, okay? Well, simple thing is you've got to think that 109 fucking million, that's not bad, is it, guys? 264 quid in 2 days that's cost me fuck all because there were free bets. Nice start to the fucking season, Juby. They were my own bets, by the way. There weren't any tips, by the way. But why did Klopp say that he'll stay? You see, we all know football. We're football fans having a chat. We all know how the fucking football works, don't we? No question. We all know how it's going to work. There's no club on earth at the minute could turn 109 million down. It's fucking ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, if Liverpool would have paid 60, 70 million, which these are the prices banded about nowadays, if Liverpool would have paid 60, 70 million for Coutinho, I think he stays where he is. No fucking chance as well. Because they've only paid like 10, 13 million for him, I would contemplate selling him if I'm the biggest diehard Liverpool fan on the planet. It's 109 million fucking quid. And I'm guessing you could push Barcelona another 10, 15 on top because you fucking know that they've just got 200 million for that silly twat. So I think Liverpool, if they want to be greedy fucks, I reckon they could get another 15, 20 mil on top of that. But over 100 million, guys, for any player, you think of anybody in this room, and we're talking even big Man United fans, Spurs fans, anybody going to pay you 100 million plus for one of your players? I don't give a shit who he is. You've got to take it. You've got to take it. The only thing Klopp could have done, I'll tell you what Klopp could have done, and it kind of strikes me as this character, and this is one of the other reasons why I think it will happen. Klopp's a character. I love Klopp. I don't know about you guys. Even Man U fans even like Klopp. I think he's a breath of fresh air. He's fantastic at his job. Love the guy. Think he's one of the best managers in the league. What I will say, is, I'm just writing to a mate, just showing him my bet because he'll be pissing and moaning. I will say, Klopp, the way he is as a manager and a person, I think if he definitely was not going to have him go, I think Klopp would have done one of them interviews where he would have looked at the camera and categorically said he's not fucking going anywhere. He'll play in the reserves first. Hiya, Taff. How are you? But you see, we're not getting that, are we? We're just not getting that statement. We're getting that like, well, he's not going anywhere and all that and all this bollock. It's just not that fucking, he ain't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It just, no, I don't think it does at all. And that kind of money's fucking madness. Over 100 million for a player, no matter who the shit he is. You sell him. You just sell him. Because there's a big saying in football, you'll know where I'm going to go with it, you know what I'm going to say, and this applies right across the fucking board. One man does not maketh a team. Except Ronaldo. In all joking aside, one man does not make a team. And I know that if you're a Liverpool fan, it's probably breaking your fucking heart. Listen, I'm a Derby fan. I've had to see Ince and Hughes go this fucking last 2 months. Which I've got to say, as a Derby fan in that league, them two players leaving. Again, we got 11 million for Ince and about 7 million for fucking Hughes. I've got to say, as a diehard Derby fan that loved the pants off both of them, that I thought was part of Derby's plans this year, when I look at us getting nearly 20 million quid for them two, you've just got to turn around and say, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'll tell you something, Prudy. I'll tell this and I'll say it now, and I said it on the fucking show at the weekend. I wasn't a great fan of Tom Huddleston now because I thought he'd passed it and he's getting on a bit. I've been watching him pre-season and I've been seeing him at the weekend. I'll tell you now, I think Tom Huddleston, and this goes to prove how highly rated Gary Rowett as a manager really is. People fucking scoff when they sold Hughes and Ince. But I'm going to tell you now, Tom Huddleston will be probably one of the best players in the Championship this season. Wouldn't surprise me if he actually won Championship Player of the Year, but you never get midfielders winning that. It's always the glory-seeking goal scorers. What I'm saying is, I think Tom Huddleston will be Derby's best signing for the last 5 years. The pass for the goal on Sunday against Sunderland, did you see the fucking thing? That's what people are saying about him. They're calling him like the new modern fucking Glenn Hoddle. He put that ball on a sixpence from inside his own half. I think we'll do well this year. A lot of people have emailed me and asked me and stuff. I think we'll do very well. To be honest, I think we should have beat Sunderland at the weekend. And I'm not going to lie, I thought we played absolutely shit, but we didn't lose, and that's, we all know in football, if you play poorly, if you do something, you'll get something. He used to be a brilliant player, Tom Huddleston. Don't forget, he's originally from Derby as well. We signed him as a kid from the local area, went to big things to Tottenham, and shit like that. He should have got more England caps, definitely. I agree. I do think Derby will do something this year, Manu, I really do. And I put it down to the manager. I wasn't too keen on him, but it was clearly the whole thing with McLaren being pushed out again and Rowett being there. Rowett's an original Derby boy again. He's played for us, 120 caps for Derby, by the way. People might not realise. Lives in the area still. I think it was like really good. And he's proven himself. I think we're going to have a good season. I'll tell you what I will say. We all know our early season can be affected. Just fucking bullshit. And I always said on my show about betting, never bet on football in the first month. If you're going to have some flutters at football, I know I've contradicted myself in the last 2 days, but they were cup games. League football, I would actually, and I've said this to a few people that's messaged me, can you tell me your bets at the weekend? I'd like to follow you because you do well and all that shit. I don't mind telling you my bets, by the way. Not at all. They'll be on my Twitter. But I will say that I usually do not bet on the league within the first month because it's a fucking lottery. And it is. Complete lottery. Until teams settle down and get built and get working together, I don't think you can predict anything. What I will say, going back to that, though, with Derby, just finishing on that, I do believe Derby, the big game that will test me as a fan. I would have liked to see the Grimsby game finish. I know it's only cup. I know it's shit, and we would have probably won. It was 1-0 up after 7 minutes before it pissed it down and got called off. The game against Wolves on Saturday, I think that is going to be... It's going to tell me as a Derby fan where we are. I thought they played shit at the week against Sunderland. Now you've won 250 in the first week. Yeah, but it was the cup, Prudy. It's the fucking Mickey Mouse Cup, mate. Most of them games I picked, the odds were like 4-1 against and 5-1 against. An idiot could have picked him. Honestly, anybody could have gone on football last night and tonight. Alls I did tonight, I used no statistics. I literally, because it was a free bet, I went down the list, and any team that was over 3-1 to win, I bet on the other team. That's all I did last night and tonight, because it's the Mickey Mouse Cup. And I'll be honest, if you'd have asked me yesterday and said, do you think these bets will win? I would have said no, because the Mickey Mouse Cup usually throws up a couple of stupid results. However, if you look at the two nights' results, you'll notice that the proper teams that you think should have won have won. Normally a couple of them fuck up. But lucky me, they'll do it. Like this weekend, I've got my Ackies in for this weekend again. Championship and Premiership. Not expecting to win a dime. I'll put the bets up on Saturday, but if you're going to do it, guys, now please say this, please do it for fun. Don't bet money you can't afford to lose. That I have had that mantra for years. Never bet money you can afford to lose. Please don't do it. I'd tell you to go and fucking not bother. Delete the apps if necessary. Because we all know there's only one winner in betting, and it's the bookie. My dad taught me that when I was fucking 15. And it's a true saying. So only ever do it for fun. Only ever took a couple of quid at it. It's never serious. Don't ever sit relying on football. It's fun. So if you're following my bets, be prepared to lose. I don't win all the fucking time. My bows are free then, Prudy. Nah, aren't they? They are. My bows are free. In fact, I've not withdrawn my money yet. I've not done it. Yakking to you people. Let me just withdraw my money. So there's a... now there's... oh no, because I had a bit in. It's 139.26. I'm actually going to take the fucking lot. I'm going to take £139. I'll let them keep the 26p. Oh, the cash out button's there. I'm glad I didn't find it. Oh, I hate this is why, you see, Paddy Power was one of my apps I was going to get rid of. I just think it's fucking awful. that's why I stick with Bet365. It's just a whole better system. Like this Paddy Power one is total utter shit. In fact, as an example, and I nearly gave up by I nearly said fuck it on this, just bear this in mind. When I loaded the Paddy Power app yesterday to use the free bets, and I had to talk to chat support because it wouldn't let me use the free bets. Apparently it was saying in the help, make your selections. When you go to bet, where the money buttons are, there should be a box that says use your free bet. That wasn't appearing on the app at all. So what happened was I had to go on to chat and they said, oh, are you on iPhone by any chance? I says, well, no, I'm on iPad, the same. They said, oh, you have to go and do it online because there's a bug. And I'm thinking, well, fix the fucking thing then. And I had to go online to put the same bets in, and then it appeared, and I put my free bets in. Wasn't going to bother. Wasn't going to bother. Right, withdraw. Shall I let them keep the 26p? 139. No, fuck it. 139.26. I'll have it all. Fuck you. Withdraw. Will take 2 to 5 working days. That annoys me, by the way. Don't even get me fucking started on that palaver. And that goes same with any card. You know, when you pay something on your card and it's gone in a second, why does it take them fuckers days and days and days to fucking give it you back? Drives me balmy, that fucker does. Shall we have a bit of a last half an hour walk round? Last 15 minutes on this, guys. There's a few people appearing in the room. Let's see if we can get to this puzzle. This one's going to be a tough one. And I still say, what am I missing? Any of you guys see what this one's... They're all grabbing back. Like I say, Prudy, don't let me sit here and show you. I mean, I've had a fucking good 2 days, no doubt. No doubt about it. That's clear. They are, mate. Like I said, my dad taught me when I was 15, when I used to start having a couple of quid on football, when he was a big horseman. He used to fucking love the horses. When I used to have a couple of quid on the old football with him for a bit of fun, he always used to tell me, and he meant it as well. It was one of his serious chats because he could see me getting involved in it. And he sat me down. He says, Jew, he says, let me tell you something. He says, whatever you do in life, he says, do not waste your money constantly betting on horses or football. Well, you know, I've had a good couple of months. Change your combat to easy. Why, badass? I must admit, I thought I'd been doing okay with the combat. I think I need to get up there. If I start dying, I'll change it. Yeah, don't forget I picked the US Open winner as well, because I'm doing well at golf as well at the minute. And I'll be having a bet on the old US PGA next week as well. Early tips for the US PGA. Charlie Hoffman will be on my betting slip. Always each way at golf, by the way, if anybody wants to follow that. Always bet each way on the golf. Never bet a win. I picked the US Open winner the last US Open. But Brooks Koepka was a man I'd been following for a long time. I wouldn't bet on Rory if he was the only fucking golfer in it. And I know you're only winding me up now, Prudy, and I know that for a fact. I've just fought 4, I think. And kicked their ass. Yeah, but I'll tell you the thing about Rory, and you, like I say, I know my golf. I'm not a fucking idiot. I follow golf immensely, and you know I use a lot of stats with golf. I'm going to give you the biggest tip. I follow golf a lot. I use a lot of stats in golf to bet on my golf, and I win quite a bit as well. I'll give you my tips and criteria on golf, and you can follow this as a bit of fun. Let's say you're gonna bet on the US PGA next week, okay? My first criteria would be go and look at the last 2 tournaments that's been played. So that'll be the Bridgestone. By the way, you know who's winning the Bridgestone last week? Matsuyama. I had him in a betting slip the day before and took him out. Don't even think about that either. I had him on the betting slip and took the twat out. So what I'm saying is, if you're having a fun bet on the USPGA, this is the criteria I use, and it's a good tip to follow, and it can be followed up with proper stats as well. Okay? Go and look at the last 2 tournaments that's been played in America, the big ones, PGAs. Go and look at them. It's at Tozol, Manu. Tozol. It's also my gamer tag on Xbox. Right. If I get to that badass, I'll knock it down, mate. So yeah, Gold. What do we do? Look at the last 2 tournaments. Look at the top 5 players, how they finished, and 9 times out of 10, 1 or more of them top 5 will finish in the top 5 of the next tournament. And that's a very well-known stat in golf. Golf is a very, very form game. So always look at the previous winners. Charlie Hoffman, my tip for the USPGA, has nearly won the last 2 tournaments. One he lost in a playoff, and the other one he kind of died off towards the end. I think Charlie Hoffman is a great tip for this last major. What I do is I bet on a big mate. I big on a good outsider, a couple of quid on an outsider, always each way. I need to get round there, guys, so let me just try and get round there. So bet on your east, and then I always have an outsider. Always have an outsider, like 60 to 1, 60 to 100 to 1, because they'll always be there. Going back to Rory. I'll tell you about Rory, right? And I, like I say, I do follow up. The problem I have with Rory... Cheers, man, no problem, mate. I'll follow you back when I get back on. The thing with Rory McIlroy, people on, especially on Sky Telly, you know my fucking complaints about that. People on Sky think he's the best golfer since fucking sliced bread. He ain't. Not by a long way. He's too inconsistent, not fucking accurate enough. His driving can be appalling at times. We know he tops out the average driving many, many, many times. Always does. He's too erratic. That erraticness can cost you a tournament in a fucking second. In a second. And that's why I think Rory... I will never bet Rory to win a tournament. Because when the shit hits the fan... Why has it sent me up here if I can't do anything? That's got to be a reason to get up there, hasn't it? You see, I actually look at that Rory caddy thing as a negative. Because that proves to me, did you see his reasons he gave for getting rid of his caddy? It was one of his best mates ever. Rory just tries to blame everybody else. And he made a statement this week to say, I was blaming JP a lot when I then realised it was me. It's always been you. Everybody knows it's always you. You've got the clubs in your fucking hand. The only thing the bastard caddy ever does is work his ass off, working out your yardages to tell you what to fucking hit. Always you. And I think for a long time, and many golfers are guilty of it, they always sit there and blame the fucking caddy because it's the easiest thing to do. Believe me, I used to play golf before my injuries. There's only one person at fault, and it ain't the fucking twat holding the bag. It's the fucking idiot holding the club. And I think Rory has that problem too much. I'd never back him. Also, I'll tell you something else about backing Rory. He's never a decent price either. How the fuck do I get over? You see, I don't think he is Prudy. You go and tell me now what price he is. And I wouldn't back on anybody in golf that's under 10 to 1 because it ain't worth the money. If I'm betting on golf, I want to win some money. And it's each way. I think they're paying out on 8 places this time as well. And by the way, have you seen the BBC coverage schedule for it? Don't get me started on BBC. Fucking, I'm really pleased BBC's got it. But have you seen their itinerary they put up the other day? I nearly cried. Apparently... Is that the way through? Yes, you fuck. There, look. Whenever you bridge, that's the gap, look. Cleverness of this game, I still love this. It's not there, look. So what I've got to do is I've got to... Does it stay without me holding the trigger? Right, now how the fuck do I get up there? We're back here though, aren't we? Oh, sorry, yeah, BBC coverage. The BBC's got the USPGA. Sky have lost it. That was one of my pissing moans, weren't it? So the BBC have got the USPGA, the last major of this year, okay? So you'll be able to watch it in glory on the BBC. Yeah? So their coverage is, we all know golf tournaments run from Thursday to Sunday. The coverage on BBC is every night, 11:15 PM till midnight. 45 minutes live coverage. However, and this is the bullshit that annoys me, it's on the red button for about 5 hours on the evening. So it's on the red button. And my argument's this: very few people use the red button, okay? And by the way, it's on the red button. So it's 11:15 till midday every fucking day, midnight, but it's on the red button. Now my argument's this: they've stuck it on BBC Two as well, by the way. Now BBC Two's not going to have the best fucking programming of the fucking night and the weekend. So my argument's this: you've actually won one of the best golf tournaments there is for a long time. You've got the rights to it. Fucking finally, brilliant. Sportsmen rejoice around the country, yeah? So why don't you move all the shit programmes that's going to be on Saturday night or the weekend on BBC Two, move them to the red button and put the live coverage on BBC fucking Two. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. I've had this argument on Twitter with somebody the other day, saying, oh, well, at least BBC have got it. And I said, look, you've got the rights to it. Why fuck it up? Why make it shit? You're sticking it on BBC Two. The scheduling on BBC Two is a bag of wank anyway. It's not in HD, Prudy. There isn't an HD red button, I don't think. So it's bolt. Why not? It just... Well, you can tell it annoys me. So I'm pleased that BBC have got it, because Sky's coverage is fucking shit anyway, because the commentators are awful. I've got to admit, Prudy, you're talking to the wrong man about Peter Alice. I love the guy. I know he's getting a bit old and senile, and old commentators tend to say weird and stupid things. And Peter Alice is actually guilty of that lately. Is at that what I'd call the awkward Bruce Forsyth age? You know when they got rid of Bruce Forsyth on the dancing programme because he were fucking shit at the end because he was just too old. And I've great respect for Brucey, fucking brilliant host of TV for many, many, many fucking years. And just, you know, just brilliant. But he got to that age where, sorry, you know what I mean? I see the point of letting me open that. But, yeah, I think... Yeah, no, it can be awkward, Peter Alice. He is. He's at that age, like I say. He's at the fucking age... It's the kind of the old granddad at the wedding scenario, isn't it? You know what I mean? Or say some absolutely awfully embarrassing things. I'm miles away here, aren't I? Oh, I'm on the right side of this, though. Can I jump down? There's that thing I need to push down. I've got to say, I think Sky are fucking awful, mate. I really do, and I follow golf a lot, as you know. I think Sky are fucking awful at golf commentary. I think they're shocking. I need to get down there, because I can get round there now. The thing that's wrong with Sky, mate, and you know, you've seen me on Twitter have a bit of a piss and moan about it. The problem with Sky's coverage, yeah? They carry too much bias. the trick to be a great sports commentator of any ilk, whether it be football, rugby, tennis, anything, is you have to be unbiased if you are providing a commentary service to the public. Sky themselves and the way that they do it is truly fucking appalling. You know, I always wind up on Twitter about Rory's coverage on... They can't do enough on fucking Sky, can they, about Rory? It's shocking. Because what I say, I'm a fan of all sports and all coverage. Yeah, I've got my favourites, of course I have, everybody has. But my point is that, especially in a golf tournament, there are over 128 more players in that tournament. Sky just concentrate on one. My final straw with them, turning the commentary off, was it the Irish Open? And I think I tweeted about it. When Sky's coverage started, they'd got the group with John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and some third person I can't remember, I apologise. John Rahm went on to win that tournament and play fucking exceptional. On Sky's day of coverage, first day of coverage, yeah? They followed that group. Do you know that you saw literally 2 or 3 shots of John Rahm, who went on to win it, but yet we saw every single last shot of Rory. Not only did we see all his shots, but they then fucking showed them us again. Right, guys, let's just concentrate on this game a minute. I've got to say, Manu, I'm not a big fan of BT. I catch it the odd time on Cody. Although I might be fucking shifting privilege, you know, shifting alliances soon. I might have to go to BT. Because I'm a big fan of the Ashes. I fucking love the Ashes. And for Sky to lose that is atrocious. Right then, guys, we need to figure this puzzle out. So that's the bridge I have knocked down, ain't I? But why is... It's got me over to there. I know what you mean about Roy. It's awful. It's fucking awful. To be honest, man, I say on my show a lot, I'm not a UFC fan. I used to be a boxer in my younger day when because my dad was semi-professional boxer and he tried to get me into it. But I used to be into football and he was trying to take me down the wrong path. Fucking dragged me to boxing training. Because I've always been pretty large on top, pretty heavy, set muscly kind of guy. And he really tried to push me into boxing, and God rest his soul, he really did try. And the coaches used to say I'd got great potential as well because of my size. And actually looking back now he's sadly passed. It's something I wish I had gone on a bit more, because I've always been sporty all my life. I've done all sports and to a decent level in most points. And it's one thing I kind of regret, because I think I only ever saw my dad. Never been a close family. I've mentioned this on the Rambler before. I've only ever seen my dad look at me in a way that I guess dad's supposed to look at the kids. I was about 15, 16. And I have to say, I only ever saw my dad look at me in a way that you'd think pride. And it was when I was at the boxing gym and I had my first sparring and I clattered this fucker on the floor. And I looked over to my dad and he'd got a great look in his eye. Never saw that look again. Because sadly I'd just got football. I was football fucking crazy. I breathed, eat, played fucking hours of football. And it's one thing I kind of regret, because I probably could have gone and had a bit of go at boxing. I was the right size, I was the right build. To be honest, I didn't mind it. But it was the one thing I just, looking back in life, I wish I had actually portrayed it a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, mate, you've got to understand, and I think there'll be a lot of fathers, whether there's any in this room, if you've got a father and a son, sport, especially, he was a very good boxer, by the way. Fucking hard man that nobody argued with. Was a nutcase in his day. He's a bloke from the 50s era. People from Birmingham and shit used to travel down to Derbyshire just to have a fight with my dad, because he got a reputation of being like the crazy twat of the area. Never lost. Never saw him lost. Never heard he lost. Lunatic. But was a very good boxer. Very good boxer. But sadly his working life got in the way, because in them days he had to support his family. But as a father's son, I knew he wanted me to do that. My brother was too old. We'd got a daughter, a sister, obviously, that wasn't going to count. So I was the right age, the right build, And I was half decent at it, to be fair. But it just wasn't for me. And it's just the one thing, not a kind of regret, and I don't ever hold anything against my dad, ever, never. But I could see that was the thing he wanted me to do. And I'm struggling here, guys, by the way. I'm wandering about because I'm struggling. Probably not concentrating enough, so I need to get up. I thought, right, so I need to get up there, don't I, on them steps. Let's go back and try that. Because I think that's the right way. Although I'm not getting... Then again, I think knocking this down was probably the shortcut to get back to the key when I open it. So I think my answer lies in this room here. I think we are getting to a stage in this game also where it's better not to be streaming. You need to concentrate a bit because this is a bit of a puzzle. And as I like chatting to you guys as well. Can we do it from it? I think I've got to get up there. But I don't think you can get... Ah. That rope can't for anything. You see, we're not even at the right height, are we? For them. And if you've noticed... Have I been to the door to unlock the key yet? Because I'm not getting the symbol, am I? But then I must have unlocked it because I wouldn't do this. Now, Dads nowadays have to offer more. The way you were, Dad, to your daughter is the way it should be. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed my daughter didn't push the doctor thing because she was one of the cleverest young girls for maths. They gave her a mock maths exam paper, the A-level paper, when she was in the 3rd year. She got a B. Clever as fuck with numbers, like nothing I've ever seen. Mathematician. But I'm proud as anything because she's already got a fucking amazing job and a college thing. Apparently she does plans for the jobs that she's got. She's on more money than I have ever earned in my fucking life, by the way. And she's on it's split between a college course and a job. She's on ridiculous money. And she's you know when contractors build like water plant, you know when you're building a water plant, say some giant company in England wanted to build a water plant from scratch in the middle of a field. You can imagine all the shit that has to go in the plans, yeah? Everything from scratch. Try to find the ones that don't move. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. Which is them. Oh no, they're moving. I think they're all moving, badass. So, going back to that, like a massive water plant from scratch in a field. So you know the first people that have to be there that actually quote the end figure, the final fucking build figure, not your piss spot, let's go and build a couple of the big ballpark figure. I'll give you an example. Her job, right now, she's fucking 19, her first ever job, her job is to sit on a computer and design it from scratch and come up with the figure at the end that they have to tender to get the job. And she also has to write the reasons for her findings and all the facts and figures. The first job she did was a £603 million water plant in Bristol. First ever thing she did when she was still 18 last year. And they got the tender. They undercut the other people by, I think she told me in the end that they undercut them by about 20 mil. But, get this fucker, she'd made such a good job of it. What somebody done, you know the original surveyors that went out to do the job that she gets feedback from? The fuckers had missed a rat's nest in the field. Not a tiny rat's nest, a fucking gigantic thing that ran through the entire thing. The surveyors had missed it. He added another, I think, fucking 12 million onto the bill, but they had to pay it because they'd signed the contracts. So she's got that's her first ever job she's got, which is fucking brilliant, I've got to say. She's got to learn to manage her money a bit better. She's having a bit of financial woes. She wants a cake and eat it, as all youngsters do. I keep trying to give her dad advice, because she got her first wage packet, and you can imagine we all did that when we were kids. Like, your first wage packet is, fuck me, what's all this money? I'm going to go mad. She's done that like for the first few months, and it's like, oh my god, and now she wants to drive, so can't find money for that, because she's now got her own flat as well, and she obviously realises that real life, as I keep calling it, ain't a bed of fucking roses. And I've told her, I said, look, you're fortunate. You've got a job. You've got a flat. I know that all your mates are driving around in cars. They're still living at fucking home with mum and dad. You've got your independence. You've got your job. You've got your flat. I said, you can't have everything. Yeah, but I want to drive. Well, save up for it then. You know, normal fucking dad advice. Ooh. I think I'm way back at the beginning. Am I?
The Northmen say that
No, I'm
Odin
not.
and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his
I
flesh
think the guy that
into
missed it, Prudy, lost his job.
blood into the salt sea.
I think she told me. Well, you can imagine it was 11 million. It was an 11.4 million mistake that company had to pay for because they'd signed the
Odin and his
contracts.
brothers caught the
Shit, I
stars
know, but
flying
that bloke
from
cost that company.
and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants,
Oh, don't
they
you
used
start with that
Ymir's
bullshit
curving
either.
eyebrows as walls.
It is a very important. It's a great job. In fact, I think I've said this story on the podcast at the time. The way she got the job, she went for an interview, was pushed. I think she was sent the interview from a college. So the way she got the job, bearing in mind, first, fresh out of fucking school, shitting herself. She went to an interview for this job she got. There was 5 people in the room, and they gave him a job that was the job she'd be doing. Can you quote this and all the details, la-di-da, write it on this paper, do it in 48 hours, and give us, and then we'll do you know what she did? This was my proud moment, because I've got to admit I was a bit upset she was going down that route, because she wanted to be a vet and a doctor. So I was kind of on that ilk. So when she told me this story about the job interview, blew my mind, and that was my moment. So she'd gone for this interview, she'd wrote this piece, and apparently it was a make-believe job to build a supermarket from scratch. So she's wrote this piece, she's quoted this number, she's done all the plumbing, the shit, the pipes, the lot. That's what they do. And you have to give a synopsis at the end of why. I remember why she got it. And what happened was, you have to write a synopsis to what the builders are going to do, when they're going to do their hours. You even have to put their hours in, builders' hours and all that shit, okay? She wrote in her synopsis at the end. They finished one job on the Wednesday, but they wasn't going to start this make-believe supermarket job till the Monday. And she wrote this in her synopsis. So she's gone back for the interview after. She's had to go into the room. She told me because she was shitting sense. She went into the room and there were 4 people. 3 like donkeys and 1 organ grinder. And this 1 organ grinder went through her papers. Hello, Amber, well done. And just want to ask you a few questions about your paper. Your main work's brilliant. The quotes worked out fantastic. You did all your numbers right. Can I ask you about your synopsis at the end? And they said, she says, yeah. And she said to me, she goes, Dad, because I thought I'd fucked up and made a right mess. She goes, I was ready to go. They says, you've put in your paper that you want the builders to finish the job on the Wednesday, but not start this new job you've quoted till the Monday. Can I ask why? And do you know what she put? She says, well, because it's getting close to Friday and a weekend, the workers won't be motivated to move and start a fresh job when it's so close to a weekend. So when them starting on the Friday gives them more time to move all the equipment, but also be in a better frame of mind to start a fresh brand new job on Monday. The main bloke turned round and said, he says, I've been doing this job for 49 years. He says, that is the best answer I have ever had on a brand new recruit's piece of paper. And she said, you've got the job. And I thought that was brilliant. And it is, and it's what you say, it's just clever thinking, innit? It's one of them things that you hear somebody say, that you'd say, fuck, I'd have never thought of that. And they're the kind of people that these jobs want. And that's exactly what he said. He said nobody would have ever thought of that. And it was true. So that's how she got the job. Well, boys, I think this is going to be left till tomorrow night, this one. I think we're best concentrated on it tomorrow. Can I insist you watch Hidden Figures? What's Hidden Figures? Give me a clue. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just stop here, guys, because I've played this Christ 3 hours 14 minute stream. I've enjoyed it. It's been good chat tonight. Yet another good one. Great one. A couple of new subscribers to the channel as well, which is always great. Don't forget, guys, if you want to subscribe, if you haven't, it's there, even on your Hidden Figures. Do you mean the one that I'm halfway through the book on my Amazon Echo? Do you mean that one? I'm halfway through the book, mate. I want to get through the book before I get the film. I love shit like that. Yeah. I'll watch the film after I've read the book. I'm just going to take a run back to this gate. I think I have been to the gate. I will stream this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it, actually. No, I won't do that, badass. Never. Never, mate. I'm not one of them players, mate. Never. Very, very rarely will you find me ever looking at a walkthrough of a game that I'm playing. Ever. I just don't do it. What I do in the stream, sometimes I get tips and help from you guys, but I'll ask for it as well. I've never been one of them. Although, believe it or not, one of my favourite collections is game guides. But as an example, to the side of me, I think I've got about 20 game guides on my shelf. I think out of them 20, there are about 12 still in the cellophane. I just like game guides, but I don't buy them to use them. The only time I read, and this is regular listeners to my show, Vaj, as well, the only time I'll read a guide is in a game such as, you know, like, take Witcher 3. You know, when you start Witcher 3 and the beginning of that game is important because it's like character building and your builds and stuff, I'll sometimes look at a game guide, but just the first 10 or so pages that describe the build of your character, because with a long drawn out ass game I don't want to make the wrong choices of a game I'm going to put 40 hours into. So yeah, guys, what the fuck, this rope ring, I've got a feeling, though, I don't know why, but that rope snapped is on there. I've got a feeling it's got fuck all to do with it. I also, badass as well, mate, not have a problem with anybody ever using a walkthrough or YouTube at all. I wind the guys up on the podcast no end. I call them cheats and shit, but it's always tongue-in-cheek, because I'm a big believer of this. Games are expensive nowadays. You guys can't afford to get every single game that's out. You rely on streams or podcasts to make your choices. If it means you looking at YouTube to get you through a bit that you're stuck on, knock yourself out. Too expensive to just fucking sit there and get pissed off with it. So yeah, I don't have a problem with people doing it. But this puzzle's really hard, boys and girls. I think it's not helping I'm streaming. What I might do tomorrow afternoon is pop on this before I stream, just to get my head in full gear and try, because it's obviously a point of these figures. It's obvious that you go to where they are. You've got to get high. It's just working out the right areas, I think. I wonder why that's broke. I've got to say though, guys, I have loved this stream tonight. It's been really a pleasure to listen to you all chatting. You know I love it. I love communicating with my audience. I really appreciate the new Twitch subscribers. Really pleased that we're moving on with that, and I hope it continues. The room's been really good tonight. Thank you very much, Taff. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, and again, Taff, that's what it's all about, mate. This has saved you probably money for a game you don't like. But this is why on this stream, I'll stream, like, later this week I'm going to stream Infinite Golf. A cheap-ass golf game. But I like to stream games that you guys are wanting to buy. Thanks, Prudy. Thank you very much. But I'll do that all the time. It's just me. So hopefully... and hopefully towards the end of the month as well, I will be hammering the shit out of everybody's golf. Day 1, minute 1, and also the Uncharted. I might even, guys, even though I do love my Uncharted, you know, I might even give you the pleasure of playing the entire Uncharted DLC on stream, so you guys get to see it. I know you guys know I love that game with a passion, and I like to play it privately and enjoy it. So I might stream all that for you guys. I'll tell you one thing I haven't mentioned in the stream. What I have noticed, which is a real cool thing. Every time I finish a stream in the last week since we've been on subscriptions... That thing's moving up there, isn't it? Yeah, I will do. I'll do them both. I'll do Everybody's Golf and Uncharted. What I will say... What I have noticed... yeah, my Uncharted's on Shop 2 pre-order. What I have noticed is that every time I finish on a night, I check my email, even though I think this is about to run out of fucking power. I check my emails, and I will say in the last week, because I don't get notified of subs, I've explained that, I have to check every night, but subs are arriving, and it's really great, brilliant. Helps toward the podcast, keeps me streaming. What I will say is, I've noticed a massive influx of actual, just normal followers of me on Twitch. Like, I will, like every night, mate, this is a different iPad to the previous shit one. I use it too much, mate. I use it all day. It's my lifeline, this fucker. It's the one gadget I would never part with, ever. Because I actually do all my shit on it. I do all my Cranky Gamers emails. Twitter is all on there. Oh, I hope you're going to be alright, Lid, mate. I will be streaming next week, mate, so get well soon, whatever you're going for. You don't have to tell us. But I will be streaming, mate. Don't you worry. And don't forget, if you miss streams, they're on Twitch anyway. They're always on there, so you can just click. I haven't been uploading them to YouTube, which I can do, by the way. But what I'm saying is they do stay on Twitch for a certain amount of time. I could upload them to YouTube if I want, but to be honest, it's going all right. And I'm hearing people saying I've watched the stream after, so people aren't daft. Not idiots. They are aware that they're on there, so you can watch them after the fact. But yeah, so what I've noticed is an influx of people that's signed up, not the subs, but actually just followed the channel. Like for the last three or four nights, when I go into my email, it's like so and so's following you on Twitch. So like I think the first night that we carried on here and did well, I think that night I got 21 new followers on Twitch, which is like wow. And then every night there's been new ones appearing, so the channel is growing. People are getting there, and if you guys are finding it entertaining, you guys could all be right. Especially Benji, who's pushed me on to do this, to get the subs, to keep the shows going. Could be something I've been missing out doing. I don't mind streaming, and I certainly don't mind chatting, you know that. So I'm hoping it just does grow, and it is showing it's growing, which is really good. Don't forget, guys, I'm on Twitter, @Tozol, Tozol. Yay! Yeah, you wait, I've told you, you're all invited to the mansion. When I get all the subs rolling and I've got that Roman Atwood mansion, you're all invited to the big barbecue. By the way, Roman Atwood's video last night was the best one I've ever seen. I know that you guys take the piss out of me. It's one of my favourite things I watch. Like, when I finish my streaming, my glory couple of hours now is coffee. I've got to go and clean my printer bed, though, before I do that. Coffee. YouTube. I watch my Mark Crossfield, which is my golf one. I watch Roman Atwood religiously. I watch Alex Steele Blacksmith. My favourites. Roman Atwood's yesterday actually nearly had me in tears. I love the thing. I think it's because it's got a family element, and I've no longer got a family around me or people around me. I just like it. Gives me a bit of a warm glow, and I love it. Last night's was fucking brilliant. If any of you are even inclined to go and watch last night's Roman Atwood, don't watch that one. Watch the one before. And then watch the after one, because they combine. Something happened in one, and then the other one follows on, and it just really, and what it does, it gives me a warm feeling and a smile before I go to bed, which is my worst. Long-term listeners to the show and followers, I don't like going to bed because I live alone. It's the shittiest part of my day, and I hate going to bed because it just is my situation. So you guys help me no end. This is a back and forwards thing. You think is wasting of money. You make you cranky. But the subs are doing well. It's gonna. I've been paying for the podcast, as I've said many times now, since last October. I don't get no help because of the shit that one of internet's beautiful people did to me, tried to get me in trouble. Long-term listeners know all the shit. I'm not going into that again. But I've been paying for it for the last 8-9 months. And I will be honest, I have contemplated stopping. I'm not going to lie. It's not something I've discussed to anybody. And it's not an idle threat or moan. It's just reality. I've been doing it 11 years. And babe, thank you, badass. I really appreciate that. And also, if you want to email me, guys, crankytoz@gmail.com. I also got t-shirt. And people think I'm trying to think, but I'm just moving forward and doing stuff. But I have contemplated finishing with me paying for the stream, for me paying for the show since last October. And I have had a donation button. The donation button's on this screen. I'll tell you what I do say. A lot of people say they don't see that on the bottom. But now there's the subs on there that you can support for free. But the thing is, there is a sub button, there is a donation button on somewhere on my Twitch. Not quite sure how that works now, by the way. Just intrigued about that. Cheers, Taff. I like the fact that I've had listeners for years. I just do. I still find it amazing that you want to listen to some old fart moan and piss and moan for most time, but it helps me. I cannot stress, and I know all these YouTubers and Twitchers give this speech at the end of the night, but I'm serious. You all know my background, or most of you do. I probably would not be here if this shit didn't continue. I would have nothing else in my life. I know that sounds sad and shit and horrible, but it's reality. You guys keep me as entertained as hopefully I entertain you. So providing you keep coming, and I'm not even going to say keep subscribing and giving money, because you know it's never been about money. It's just an added bonus now that I'm probably got a bit of relief from paying for the show because of this. And don't forget, by the way, if you are new subscribers to this, either with Prime for free or normal, you have to renew it every month. Don't forget. Fly Fly was a nice guy. He was an American pilot for Delta Airlines. He was a really nice guy. It's just that we had a fallout because of time differences. He was in the US. He was also an actual pilot for Delta. So there was just times when me and Fly, I had a lot of feedback on that show. It was a great bounce off a UK and an American. It worked fantastic. We had high figures at that time, but what happened was we just had a fallout where I don't mind, because I've got a lot of time on my hands. I don't mind. I am very flexible with my hosts. I always have been throughout the 10 years of doing it. Whoever it may be, I can arrange when they want to record, and I try and move it a lot. It's harder now, there's 4 of us, but I still try and compensate for all of them, and I sometimes can be left in a bit of a predicament, because some can turn up, some can't, la-di-da-di-da. Yeah, there was Nats. Nats was the other one. Fallout with him. He just upped and went for a reason, God only knows, but he's still got a grudge. He joined the other site, by the way, to leave a comment a few months ago. You know, when we had all the shit breakup and the bad people, he actually went on there and signed up to make a comment 3 years after he'd left, but by the by. So yeah, Fly, we had a fallout because although I was flexible, I'm flexible to a point when it means me staying up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Bearing in mind when me and Fly was doing it, I was married with a young child. So I was working my schedule around, and it just got to a point where Fly was not taking the piss because I realised the situation. But I say this to the guys today, the same kind of thing I said to Fly then was, just let me know. I don't mind you not turning up or whatever. Just let me know. Because 1, it's a courtesy, and 2, it's the right thing to do. And I always say to the guys, this time, I often have a piss take out these. These guys even do it this week, and they'll have a laugh and have a point about it. I've said to them, if you don't want to be on because you don't fancy it that week, tell me. If you're bored, tell me. If you've got family things, tell me. What I do say to them, try not to tell me at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon when we're recording at 7. That's the only criteria, because I actually do work my show notes around the other guys being there, obviously. Kid Dog was originally, this show wouldn't exist without Kid Dog. I still talk to him today. He's actually only a few miles, actually locally, although I don't see him, I speak to him on Twitter still. We were the original makers of this show. We met on Gears of War. And this is how mad gaming is. We met on Gears of War through listening to the Achievement Junkies podcast, one of the best ever American podcasts that sadly closed down. We was very fortunate enough, the history of Cranky Gamers is as such, we were fortunate enough that we started Cranky Gamers, and we literally was about the first of 3 or 4 UK podcasts ever when podcasting started. Always used to be about the American guys, yeah? The point was, we got the break of a lifetime, and I can't ever thank them enough, and I've never spoke to them for a long time actually. We got found on Achievement Junkies Gamer Night playing Gears of War. Me and Kid Dog got teamed up, we kept having a chat, we were friendly, and bloody hell, if we didn't find out after, he lives literally 5 miles away, which was the massive coincidence. We then hit on the thing, one of us said, why don't we do a podcast? Because of it's big in America, and Achievement Junkies, I think, had like 10, 20,000 viewers at the time. They were massive. What happened, because we told the guys this about on Achievement Junkies in the forums, we got a message after a few shows from Natalie, I'll never forget, she sent me an email and said, would you guys like to have a 10-minute segment in the middle of our show? Now, bearing in mind, this is one of the top podcasts in the world, yeah? And we've been asked to put a 10-minute segment in there every week. That rocketed our numbers to the highest they've ever been. We went to number 1 in iTunes in the UK. We went to about 10,000 listeners at one point. Went crazy. That's what set this podcast off. So, yeah. But, yeah, crazy. Is that the first? Do you know what? There's a lot of talk about whatever is the first ever podcast of Cranky Gamers. The person that I used to be able to ask was Frack. I don't talk to him very often at the minute. But he always used to keep track on everything. He could probably answer the question, actually. And he sometimes listens to the stream, so if he does catch this, he may message me and let me know, and if I find out, I'll tell you. I'm never one up on the exact, because we had a few splits and moves and branching off. We never said, so I don't know what the actual first shows are. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Frack also archived very, very early shows, which I have heard is horrendous, by the way, somewhere on the internet, on a website that you can store files. Again, if Frack listens to this and he does have a link or anything, I'm sure we can find out. But there are shows out there, but don't listen to them because they're awful. They are awful. Well, you can imagine it's 10 years ago, and when you first start, you've no clue what you're doing. So, anyway, I am going to go, guys, because it's 3.5 hours and my voice is getting a bit tired, as you can well hear. I will be back on tomorrow night. What I might do, which suggests it's episode 125, but the title is episode 1, and you say it's on the show, but then you mention previous ones. Ah, right, no problem. I will come on tomorrow night. If you want more of this game, there will be, but what I'm going to do, I'll probably stream an hour of the golf first. I don't know. I might do. I don't know. My streams usually, Manu, are any time after 7:30 onwards. Lately, they've been getting closer to around 9. And things like that. Yeah, I know Hayden's got it. Somebody told me Hayden's got it. But yeah, my stream starts any time after 7:30, but it's been getting close to 8, 9 o'clock-ish. So I might pop on this tomorrow afternoon and try and get past this bit so we can move forward. But tomorrow night I might stream a bit of that golf because a few people have asked about it. And it will only be about 45, but then I'll jump straight onto this and start the stream again. So hopefully I'll be on tomorrow night around 8 o'clock. I think, Manu, if you subscribe to the channel or follow on Twitch, I think you do get a notification of when I go live. If you've got the Twitch app on your phone or anything, you do get a notification. Also, if you're following me on Twitter, it also pushes that to there as well. So when I go live, it goes on Twitter, it goes on the Twitch app as well if you follow. Thank you very much, Taff, and thank you everyone. It's been one of the best streams tonight. Both chat, everything's been in this one. The game's been brilliant. It has been good. I need a rest for my voice for tomorrow. But thank you very much, guys. It's been one of the best ones I've had for a long time. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the Twitters. Thanks for the friends invite. And thanks mostly for the subs. Really appreciate it. We are moving on, and I'm enjoying it. And you're making me very happy, or happier, than I have been for a while. Thank you very much, guys. And I will say good night when I get to the button. So thank you very much, guys. It's been really enjoyable. Good night to you all. Hope you have a pleasant day tomorrow. Good night.